The air in the laboratory is filled with the pungent smell of ozone, mixed with the burning smell of overheated metal. A huge transparent force field enveloped the central platform, and an arc-wolf beast like a fighter jet roared inside. Blue-purple arcs of electricity shot out from between its sharp claws and rumbled against the energy barrier. Sparks flew everywhere, illuminating the pale faces of the surrounding scientists. Waste. Another self-righteous rookie. A strong man wearing a federal military uniform laughed loudly. He was the senior beast trainer Carlos. His chest was covered with beast core medals, and his arms were wrapped with semi-domesticated low-level beetle mounts. Ye Chen, right? Boy, do you think you can tame this C-class arc-wolf with your talent? The guy in the last test was turned into coke by electricity, and he was still humming in the rescue cabin. The surrounding observers whispered, some shook their heads, and some sneered. Ye Chen stood on the edge of the platform, holding the tamer in his hand tightly, sweat sliding down his forehead and soaking his federal training uniform. His laser gun was hung on his waist, and the energy bar was only a faint green light. Without the beast core charging, it was just useless metal. The Star Beast project of the Mother Star Federation was originally a life-saving straw for mankind to fight against the invasion of alien beasts, but a low-level apprentice like him couldn't even tame a low-level beast and was destined to become a laughingstock. Get ready to start the third round of testing. Shen Qingqing's voice sounded like ice. She is the chief scientist. Her cold face looks particularly beautiful under the blue light of the laboratory. Her slender figure is wrapped in a black research robe. She holds a data tablet and her eyes are as sharp as lasers. Ye Chen, if you fail, this is your last chance. The Star Beast plan does not raise idlers. Ye Chen took a deep breath and stepped into the force field cage. The arc-wolf beast immediately turned its head, locked its scarlet eyes on him, crackled with lightning in its mouth, and roared like thunder. The audience burst into mocking laughter. Look, this kid is doomed. Arc-wolf's electromagnetic pulse can paralyze any low-level tamer, and he can't even turn it on. He activated the tamer, and the blue light swept through the wolf's brainwaves, but was instantly counterattacked by a powerful arc. The pain was like thousands of needles piercing his brain. Ye Chen staggered back and his knees hit the metal floor with a dull impact. The arc-wolf beast rushed towards him like a maniac, its claws tore through the force field, and the blue and purple grid spread towards him. Carlos laughed, dead, dead. This is what happens when you challenge sea level. Despair swallowed Ye Chen instantly. In my mind, a cold mechanical voice suddenly sounded. Ding! The domestication system is successfully bound. The host, Ye Chen, detected the arc-wolf beast and its domestication value was 0%. Unlock the newbie gift pack, Elementary Spiritual Link. What the hell? Ye Chen's eyes widened, and the system interface appeared in his field of vision like a holographic projection. The green skill tree slowly expanded, and the beast core icon flashed. The arc-wolf beast's claws were close at hand, and the electric light burned his skin, and the burning smell hit his nostrils. The audience gasped, and someone screamed, "Get him out!" At this moment, Ye Chen instinctively activated his spiritual connection. An invisible ripple erupted from between his eyebrows and went straight into the wolf beast's mind. The wolf beast's movements suddenly froze, its scarlet eyes flashed with confusion, and the arc suddenly stopped. The entire laboratory fell into dead silence, leaving only the humming energy barrier. This, impossible. Carlos rubbed his eyes, his voice trembling. The arc-wolf's wildness value is as high as 80%, how could it stop suddenly? Shen Qingqing's tablet fell to the ground, making a crisp crackling sound. Her beautiful eyes widened and her red lips slightly opened. The frequency of the mental wave matches perfectly. Boy, what have you done? Ye Chen felt a warm current pouring into his body, and the system prompted, domestication successful. Obtain the Arc-Wolf Beast Battle Pet and Low-Level Beast Core X1. Laser Gun Charge plus 10%. Unlock Skill Tree, Strengthen Domestication LV1. He stood up, and the wolf lowered its head to the ground, licking his boots with its tongue, making a low purring sound, and snuggled up like a loyal dog. Ye Chen took out the laser gun from his waist and pressed the beast core into the energy tank. Buzz, the green light suddenly exploded into a dazzling white light, the gun body trembled, and the charging bar rushed to 50%. Oh my god, he's domesticated. A living arc wolf. A young scientist screamed, holding his head in his hands, his face as white as a ghost. That gun, the energy output has doubled. Is this the legendary perfect fusion of beast cores? Carlos slumped on the chair, his metal clinking on the ground, and murmured, "Fake. This kid was electrocuted like a dead dog just now, how come he suddenly?" Shen Qingqing stepped forward quickly and grabbed Ye Chen's arm, her cold fingers trembling slightly. The data shows that your domestication efficiency is 99.9%. This has never been the case in the Federation for 100 years. Tell me, how did you do it? Her voice was filled with rare excitement, and her usually cold and arrogant face was stained with blush. Ye Chen smiled and the system interface disappeared. Just good luck, Dr. Shen. He gently stroked the wolf's head, and the blue electricity gently wrapped around his fingers, harmless as a pet. Outside the laboratory, the alarm suddenly sounded. Shen Qingqing's expression changed and he pressed the communicator. What's the matter? Doctor. Representatives of the consortium are here. They heard that the test was successful and asked to meet Ye Chen immediately. A panicked voice came from the communication. Shen Qingqing gritted his teeth and whispered to Ye Chen, "Boy, congratulations. But remember, behind the Star Beast plan, the interstellar consortium is controlling. They monopolize the supply of beast cores, and the trainers are just pawns. Your system must not be exposed." Her eyes were complicated, as if they were hiding endless secrets. At this moment, a fiery figure knocked open the laboratory door. Jiang Chen, a laser gun engineering genius with messy hair and the smell of machine oil, held an upgrade module in his hand and yelled, "Who the hell tamed the arc wolf? I heard about it. The energy wave is exploding." He rushed in front of Ye Chen and stared at the laser gun with wide eyes. "Holy shit. Perfect beast core fusion. Boy, are you a monster? Come on, let me help you strengthen it. I specialize in energy overflow. This gun has been upgraded to another level and can shoot through the cruiser shield." Ye Chen was stunned. Jiang Chen couldn't help but dismantle the gun body. Welding sparks flew everywhere, and the air was filled with the choking smell of molten metal. "Happy cooperation, brother. From now on, we will team up to sweep across the sea of stars." Carlos and others were stunned. Jiang Chen's fiery style was notorious in the Federal Engineering Department. Who dared to provoke him? But he actually took the initiative to stick to Ye Chen. Shen Qingqing nodded. "Ye Chen, your performance has exceeded expectations. The elite team has officially admitted you. The first task is to go to the jungle of Caesar Star and tame B-class beasts. Jiang Chen, you are responsible for weapons support. The battleship will be launched in 3 hours." Ye Chen's heart felt hot, and the system prompt flashed. Mission unlocked, crisis on Caesar Star. Reward, intermediate beast core X3. 3 hours later, the home star's harbor was brightly lit. The giant battleship, Beast, stands like a space fortress, its engine roars and shakes the earth, and its exhaust port spurts out blue plasma flames. Ye Chen, Jiang Chen, Captain Suwan and the elite team boarded the ship. Shen Qingqing saw him off personally. "Be careful, there are frequent riots by alien beasts on the Caesar planet. The consortium has set its sights on you." Suwan patted Ye Chen on the shoulder. She looked heroic, with the laser gun slanted on her back, and her red hair flying in the wind. "Boy, don't hold back. The domestication success is amazing. You can see the real results on the battlefield." Although her tone was firm, curiosity flashed in her eyes. The battleship door slammed shut, the engine roared, and the ship slowly lifted into the air. Ye Chen stood in front of the viewing window, overlooking the mother star as it faded away. The blue atmosphere peeled off like a veil, and the space was lonely and boundless, only decorated with the cold light of the stars. Launch countdown, 10, 9, 8, the captain's voice echoed through the cabin. Jiang Chen patted Ye Chen excitedly, "Brother, the first battle was so exciting." Suddenly, the radar siren blares. On the main control screen, red light spots flashed crazily. Abnormal signal. Originated from Caesar star. Energy level, S level or above. The radar officer's voice trembled, sweating like rain. "It's not a strange beast, it's an artificial pulse. The target is directed towards our ship." The bridge fell into dead silence, and everyone looked at the screen with wide eyes. The signal was like a devil's eye, tearing through the starry sky and coming straight towards it. Ye Chen frowned, and the system urgently prompted, "Unknown crisis is approaching, survival value -30%. Activate combat mode." The battleship's engines were turned on, trying to evade, but the signal was already close at hand. The bridge of the battleship, Hunter, instantly turned into a powder keg, the red warning lights flashed like blood eyes, and the pungent smell of burnt circuits filled the air. On the main screen, the S-class artificial pulse signal expanded like a ghost, tearing apart the starry sky and dragging a twisted blue trail straight towards the ship. The engine roared to its limit, and the ship's body trembled violently, as if its throat was being strangled by an invisible giant hand. Evasion. Deflect at full power. The captain roared, shaking off beads of sweat, and smashed the control stick with both hands. Suwan had drawn out her laser gun, her red hair flying like flames under the police lights. She gritted her teeth and stared out the window. "This signal is laser locked. The energy level can melt the deck of a cruiser. We are finished." Jiang Chen's eyes widened and his messy hair was stained with engine oil. He grabbed Ye Chen's shoulders and his voice was out of tune. "Brother, this is the consortium's ghost probe. It's a thing that specializes in hunting high-potential animal trainers. Shen Qingqing is right, they are targeting you. My modified gun is not finished yet, and I don't have enough energy to shoot it." Outside the viewing window, an electromagnetic storm erupted in the loneliness of space. The pulse wave hit the ship's shield like a giant wave, sparks flew everywhere, and the scream of twisted metal pierced the eardrums. The faces of the elite team members were pale, and some of them collapsed on the ground, muttering, "S-level and above, even the federal battleships can't carry it, our beast hunter is the target. Ye Chen, where is your wolf beast? Release it quickly." Ye Chen frowned, and his heart felt like it was falling into an ice cave. The system interface flashes crazily, "Crisis alert. Survival value -40%. Artificial hunting pulse is detected. It is recommended to activate combat mode, spiritual connection expansion, which consumes 20% of the beast core energy." The Ark-Wolf beast was restless in the portable space, a low roar was passed into his mind, blue lightning was moving, and the smell of burning was hitting his nostrils. "Activate." Ye Chen shouted, invisible ripples erupted from the center of his eyebrows, and rushed straight out of the ship. The Ark-Wolf's consciousness surged in like a tide, and the connection with a domestication efficiency of 99.9% instantly amplified, and the phantom of the wolf beast roared in his mind. He suddenly raised the laser gun, the beast's core groove buzzed, the white light surged, and the muzzle of the gun was aimed at the source of the pulse. "Boy, are you crazy? That gun is only 50% charged." Suwan screamed, her heroic face twisted into fear, her finger froze on the trigger. "It can't be shot. It will blow back and explode." Jiang Chen's eyes bulged and his hands trembled. "Holy shit, the energy waveform has mutated. The beast core is resonating. This is overload fusion." Ye Chen pulled the trigger. Boom, a dazzling white-blue laser beam tore through the bulkhead and shot straight into the starry sky. The beam twisted like a living thing, carrying the Ark-Wolf's lightning pulse, and hit the S-class signal. The space suddenly became as bright as day, and the exploding electromagnetic fireball engulfed the pulse source. The debris scattered like a meteor shower, and hit the ship's shield with a metallic scream. The bridge was dead silent. The radar officer rubbed his eyes and his voice trembled. The signal disappeared. The energy residue showed that the probes were all destroyed. Are we alive? Suwan's laser gun hit the ground with a bang. Her red lips trembled and her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen. One shot, shoot through the S-class probe. Even the Federal Ace sniper can't do it. Your gun, the energy output just now was 3 times the standard. Jiang Chen rushed forward, hugged Ye Chen's gun and sniffed the smell of molten metal. He was as excited as if he had won a lottery. Monster, brother. Is the spiritual connection of the wolf beast fed back to the beast core? I can feel it, the fusion rate exceeds 60%. When I finish modifying it, this gun can smash asteroids. Ye Chen gasped and retracted his gun. The system prompted, crisis resolved. Reward, system experience plus 50, strengthened domestication LV1 LV2, beast core energy is restored by 10%. The arc wolf licked the back of his hand, and the blue electricity wrapped around him docilely. The captain turned around, his metal chest heaving. Ye Chen, you saved the entire ship. The Caesar Star mission continues, but the consortium will not give up. The battleship's engine was steady, the jump engine roared, tearing apart the folds of space, and headed straight for Caesar's star, the dangerous border star, Thunderfield. Ye Chen leaned against the bulkhead and activated the system ecological analysis module. The holographic star map unfolded, and green light swept across the surface of Caesar's star, purple thunderclouds enveloped the continent, lightning danced like silver snakes, and the heat map of the distribution of low-level thunder beasts in the jungle flashed. The Thunderclaw leopard group is mainly in the southeastern jungle, with a high density and a wildness value of 65%. B-level thunder giant lizards lurk in the core area, and S-level beast king acupoints hide energy peaks. Ye Chen murmured, data raining down in his field of vision. Jiang Chen came over, opened the toolbox, and hissed with sparks from the welding gun, the analysis is very clear, brother. Captain Su, look at this guy, a beast-taming genius with predictions. I will add a beast core resonance module to your gun, and the range will be doubled. Suwan picked up the gun, her eyes complicated, turning from suspicion to shock. Let's prove it on the battlefield. But that gun just now, I admit, you have something. She patted him on the back, her hand was not gentle, but it showed a rare recognition. At the end of the 3-hour jump, the hunter tore through the atmosphere, its engine sprayed blue flames, and landed on the edge of the jungle southeast of the Thunder Plains. The cabin door burst open, a heat wave mixed with ozone and the smell of rotting leaves hit our face, thunder rumbled on the ground, and purple lightning jumped among the tree crowns. Suwan took the lead to jump out and fired her laser gun into the jungle, alert. Thunder beasts are sensitive to electromagnetism, so don't make a sound. The 3-person team went deep and stepped on the soft soil, making a crunching sound. Jiang Chen carried the modification box and shouted as he walked, this planet's electromagnetic field is strong, and the beast core charge will naturally increase. Ye Chen, let your wolf out to explore the way. Ye Chen released the arc wolf, and the wolf beast crouched forward, its blue electric body protecting like a ghost. Suddenly, the jungle explodes. More than a dozen thunderclaw leopards jumped out from the shadows of the trees. They were 3 meters long, with claws like radium knives. Purple thunder danced on their fur, and their roar shook the leaves. The leading leopard king's eyes were blood red, and the arc net blasted towards the team, and the smell of scorched earth instantly filled the air. Thunder beasts attack. Wild rampage. Suwan shouted, the laser gun fired continuously, the red light cut the air, shattering the 2 leopard bodies, but the energy bar dropped sharply, she stepped back and gritted her teeth, too many. The energy is not enough for 5 minutes, cover me to replace the beast core. Jiang Chen fell to the ground, opened the box, and sparks flew from the welding gun with his fingers flying. Captain Su, hold on. I'll modify your gun on the spot and add a temporary charging ring. But it only takes 10 seconds. The leopards pounce, their claws are like knives, the electric grid burns the air, and ozone chokes the nose. Ye Chen's heart sank, and the system locked. Thunder Claw Leopard X12, domestication value 15%. Activate LV2 to strengthen domestication, expand spiritual connection, and have a success rate of 85%. Ripples broke out between his brows, heading straight towards the leopards. Boy, don't be brave. These are beasts, and the mental backlash will explode your brain. Suwan screamed, protecting him with the muzzle of her gun. The red light swept across the leopard's body, and the smell of burnt flesh and blood hit her nostrils. The first leopard pounced in front of Ye Chen, its claws tore through the air, the electric arc burned his skin, and the pain was like fire. Jiang Chen's eyes widened as he watched the battle, and he stopped the welding gun. It's over. From this distance, he's dead. Ye Chen didn't retreat, his mental waves flooded leopard's brain like a tide. The leopard's body froze, its orangutan eyes flashed with confusion, the electric arc went out, and it suddenly fell to the ground, licking his boots with its tongue and whining. System ding, domestication successful. Thunderclaw Leopard Battle Pet X1, Low-Level Thunder Beast Core X1. Laser gun fusion increases range by 20%. He grabbed the beast core and pressed it into the slot of the gun. The white light surged and the gun body buzzed to extend the range. Turn around and shoot, the laser beam penetrates the three leopards, the explosive plasma blooms like fireworks, the debris scatters into the jungle, and the smell of burnt meat fills the air. Suwan's gun muzzle trembled slightly, her red hair was sticky with sweat, and her beautiful eyes stared to the limit, in an instant, tamed. And the fusion range is 20%. The highest federal record is 2 low-level ones. Are you, the god of beast whispering? After Jiang Chen finished welding the module, he jumped up and yelled, "Damn it! Double the output. Brother, you tamed the second one, I'll cover you." He tried firing the modified gun, and the blue ring energy net covered the group of leopards. Electromagnetic interference caused the leopards' bodies to twitch, and the smell of melting metal filled the air. Ye Chen nodded, his mental wave expanded again, and locked onto the second leopard king. The leopard king pounced wildly, his electric claws close to his body, and the wind pressure shaved his face. But the connection was instantly connected, and the leopard king stood frozen, his bloody eyes turned submissive, and he lay on the ground and licked his paws. System, domestication successful. Thunderclaw Leopard King Battle Pet X1, Mid-Level Thunder Beast Core Fragment X1. System Upgrade LV2 LV3, Unlock Ecological Prediction LV1, Team Chemistry plus 20%. The leopard herd collapsed, the remaining leopards fled in all directions, and the thunder of the jungle faded. Suwan gasped and sheathed her gun. She approached Ye Chen's Thunderclaw leopard and reached out to touch it. The leopard's tongue licked the palm of her hand. Her voice trembled, "Be obedient like a dog. The domestication efficiency is nearly 100%. Boy, what secrets are you hiding?" Jiang Chen laughed loudly and slapped Ye Chen on the back loudly, The team is invincible. Your gun can now cover half of the jungle, and my module perfectly fits the beast core waveform. From now on, the three of us will sweep across the thunder plains. The communicator buzzed, and Shen Qingqing's voice came like a cold wind. Data received. Ye Chen, your domesticated wave frequency perfectly matches the thunder beast gene. I have a remote transmission optimization module, success rate plus 15%, unlocking lightning resistance. Be careful in the core area, the S-Class Beast King's energy peak has soared. I have analyzed the consortium probe fragments, and they are tracking the signs of your beast core fusion. Her tone was rare and urgent, and the sound of data flow was faintly heard in the background. Ye Chen nodded and stroked the two Thunderclaw leopards. The blue and purple electric arcs intertwined around his fingers, which was gentle and harmless. The team formed a tacit understanding, Suwan went forward and Jiang Chen came back, and he took command of the wolves and leopards in the middle. Deep into the jungle, the shadows of the trees are like ghosts, thunderclouds are overwhelming, and the ground is shaking. The entrance to the core area suddenly appeared, a giant beast's cave opened like a black hole, 50 meters in diameter. The edge of the rock wall was covered with claw marks, purple electricity danced wildly inside, and a fishy wind blew against the face mixed with the stench of carrion. The low roar was like thunder, shaking the earth. S-level Beast King's Cave. Suwan whispered, loading the laser gun, her red hair fluttering in the electric light. The energy reading is off the charts. If you go in, you will die. Jiang Chen swallowed and held the modification box tightly. Brother, what does the system say? I feel like there is great stuff in it, but it also has a big fucking hole. Ye Chen system scan, S-level Thunder Beast King in the Beast's lair, guarding the mid-level Beast core veins. Taming difficulty is 95%. He was about to respond when a roar suddenly erupted in his cave. A mid-level Thunder giant lizard sprang out. The body is 15 meters long, its scales are like armor and gleam with purple thunder. It opens its huge mouth and spits out plasma. Heat waves scorched the air and rushed towards the team. The ground cracked, gravel flew, the giant lizard's tail whip broke the ancient trees, and sawdust rained down. Get out of the way. Suwan screamed, gunfire poured out, but the laser only produced sparks, and the giant lizard roared and rushed towards him. Its fishy smell was like a tide. Jiang Chen's hands shook as he unpacked the box. The energy is not enough. This product is as thick as a battleship. Ye Chen stared, his mental waves surged wildly. The thunderclaw leopards and wolves roared to protect the Lord, but the giant lizard claw was close at hand. The giant lizard's claws fell like thunder, and a deep pit exploded on the ground. Earth mixed with charred rock sprayed 3 meters high. Fishy hot saliva splashed onto Ye Chen's face, burning his skin and emitting white smoke. The Thunder Claw Leopard King and the Arc Wolf rushed to intercept. The blue and purple arcs intertwined into a network, but were swept by the giant lizard's tail whip. The leopard's body flew upside down like a broken kite, smashing 3 lightning-scorched trees. Sawdust and blood mist exploded, and the smell of rotten leaves mixed with the smell of blood and iron hit the nostrils. Ye Chen, stay back. This beast's skin is as thick as the armor of a cruiser, and mental waves cannot penetrate it. Suwan screamed, her red hair dancing in the electric light. She rolled to avoid the plasma spit, and the laser gun fired red light continuously. It hit the giant lizard's eye socket but only sparks flew out. The energy bar dropped to 10%, and the gun body overheated and whined. She gritted her teeth and pounced on Jiang Chen. Where is your modification? Give it to me quickly. Jiang Chen's face was covered with black ash, and sparks from the welding gun in his hand were flying. He opened the box and his fingers were flying but they were shaking. Captain Su, I can't hold on any longer. This guy's electromagnetic field disturbed the circuit, and I burned 2 pieces of the module. The energy ring is not connected. Go. The gun turned into a fire stick. He fired a test shot, and the blue ring energy net just covered the giant lizard's forelimbs, but was counterattacked by the purple thunder, and the arc returned to the gun body, exploding metal fragments, and the smell of machine oil and burnt plastic made him cough and bend. The surrounding jungle exploded, the remaining thunderclaw leopard swooped at the sight of blood, the claw wind tore the air, the power grid poured down like heavy rain, and ozone burned the nasal cavity. The team was in a desperate situation. Suwan's back hit a giant tree, and the trunk broke and she fell to the ground. Her beautiful eyes flashed with despair. It's over. This is a B+ level cave guarding beast. The federal team will come in and die. Ye Chen, no matter how good your system is, it can't save you. Jiang Chen's eyes were bloodshot, and electric arcs were dancing in his messy hair. Brother, run. I'll cover you and evacuate to the entrance. This planet is very big, and the S-class Beast King hasn't moved yet. He jumped up and hugged the giant lizard's tail, and stabbed the scales with the welding gun. Sparks flew everywhere but only left a shallow mark. The giant lizard flicked its tail and knocked him away, knocking him into a mud puddle. Blood spurted out of his mouth and smelled like rust. Ye Chen's heart felt like it was falling into an abyss. The giant lizard opened its mouth, the plasma ball condensed like a blue sun, and the heat wave distorted the air and hit his chest. The system interface flashes read crazily, crisis level, fatal. The intermediate thunder dragon lizard was detected, with a wild value of 92% and a domestication difficulty of 95%. It is recommended to activate the hidden skill, Overlord Taming, unlocked at LV3, consumes 50% of the beast core energy, injects spiritual mark at close range, success rate 68% plus Shen optimization 15% equals 83%. Failure, mental breakdown. Arc Wolf roared in his mind, Thunderclaw Leopard King licked his wounds and sobbed, and the team's tacit understanding plus 20% flowed in like a warm current. Activate. Overlord Taming. Ye Chen roared, a golden and purple vortex erupted between his eyebrows, and his mental waves surged like an invisible giant beast, locking onto the giant lizard's brain core. But the giant lizard roared and shook its head, and the plasma ball blasted out, exploding a 10-meter deep pit under his feet. The shock wave blew him away, and his back hit the rock wall. His bones were cracked in pain like fire, and blood surged from his mouth. Suwan screamed and rushed to help him, her red lips trembling. Are you crazy? Injection at close range is a forbidden move for animal trainers. According to federal records, 90% of those who try it are brain dead. Her laser gun sounded empty and the energy was exhausted. She could only pull out the spare electric blade. The blue light protected Ye Chen, but she was pushed back by the claws of the leopards. Her sleeves were torn and blood seeped out. Chase. Don't let it enter the hole. Ye Chen gasped and jumped up. In Overlord mode, his field of vision changed, and a heat map of the giant lizard's weaknesses appeared, the scales seen behind the brain core, and the veins flickering like a thunder net. He recalled the pack of wolves and leopards, the electric arc intertwined with the shield, and the white light from the muzzle extended the range, hitting the giant lizard's leg joint directly. The laser beam penetrated the scales, the plasma exploded, and the smell of burnt meat filled the air. The giant lizard roared in pain, turned around, and plunged into the depths of the jungle. A fierce chase breaks out. The jungle is like hell, purple thunder is dancing wildly, trees are broken, and the cracks in the ground are like spider webs. Suwan slashed the leopard with an electric blade, her red hair stained with blood, and her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen's back. You, really want to fight for your life? If you can't contain it in this chase, it will counterattack and annihilate it. She jumped on the broken wood, and the electric blade swept off 2 leopard claws. Blood mist sprayed, and the smell of rust filled her nose. Jiang Chen got up, vomited blood and laughed, grabbed the charred box and caught up. Damn. Brother's heat map prediction is awesome. I'll temporarily weld a jamming bomb. He fluttered his fingers, threw a blue ring bomb, and blasted around the giant lizard. The electromagnetic pulse made the scales twitch, the giant lizard's speed suddenly slowed down, and the tail whip swept through the air and smashed the giant tree, and sawdust poured down like a rainstorm. Ye Chen stepped on the thunder-scorched soil and swished forward. The Overlord wave suppressed the wildness of the giant lizard like a tide. The beast's roar in his mind gradually weakened. Hold on for 10 more seconds, get closer. The giant lizard turned around and counterattacked, and the giant claws smashed down. The wind pressure hurt his face. He rolled sideways, mud splashed all over his body, and his claws brushed against the laser gun. Sparks were drawn from the gun body, and the smell of hot metal hit his nostrils. Now. Suwan and Jiang Chen's tacit understanding broke out. Her electric blade was close and dazzling, Jiang Chen's interference bombs exploded continuously, and the giant lizard froze for a moment. Ye Chen suddenly jumped up on his back, pressed his palms into the seams of his scales, and his spiritual imprint was like a golden needle piercing the core of his brain. Purple thunder exploded all over the giant lizard's body, arcs of electricity shot through Ye Chen's body, and the pain was like thousands of needles piercing his brain. He gritted his teeth and roared, "Submit." The system rang like thunder, Overlord domesticated successfully. Intermediate Thunder Dragon War Pet X1, High-Level Thunder Beast Core X1. The domestication efficiency is 98%, and the mount mode is unlocked. Laser Gun Fusion, upgrade to blue level, double the power, plus 50% range, and increase lightning power by 100%. System LV3 LV4, unlock Beast Command LV1, Team Chemistry plus 30%. Mission Progress, Caesar Star Crisis 50%. The giant lizard froze, its orangutan eyes turned blue and purple, and it fell to the ground. It licked the back of Ye Chen's hand with its tongue, and the warm and rough touch felt tingling with electricity. The blue laser gun buzzed and transformed, thunder patterns appeared on the gun body, the beast core tank swallowed high-level crystals, and the white and blue light surged like a galaxy. The bridge's lifeless shock erupted from the communicator. Suwan's electric blade fell to the ground, her red lips opened wide, her beautiful eyes widened as if she had seen a ghost. Close, domesticate AB plus giant lizard. 5 seconds of injection. No one has done it in the history of the Federation. Your mental wave is 3 times more powerful than expected. She jumped on the giant lizard's back, its scales pulsed warmly, and her hands trembled as she stroked. Are you obedient? Mount mode. Oh my God, we found a treasure. Jiang Chen rushed over, hugged the gun body and sniffed the smell of thunder and lightning. His eyes protruded and he shouted excitedly, "Blue level. The fusion rate is over 90%. Brother, try firing it. I feel that this gun can penetrate the S-class shield." He jumped on the Leopard King, his hair flying wildly. The team is invincible. Ye Chen, are you the reincarnation of the Beast King? When the remaining leopard groups in the surrounding area heard that the king was lying on the ground, their wild nature collapsed and they roared and fled in all directions. Ye Chen raised his gun, and the blue beam tore through the jungle and penetrated the bodies of the 5 leopards. Plasma fireballs exploded continuously, and the fragments scattered like meteor showers. The smell of scorched earth and the aftertaste of thunder were deafening. The thunderclaw leopards and wolves roared to protect their master, the blue and purple electric grid swept away, the jungle was cleared instantly, the ancient trees fell and roared, and the sound of metal-like scales was heard incessantly. The communicator exploded, Shen Qingqing's voice rarely trembled, and the background data flowed like a storm. Ye Chen, the data is crazy. Your overlord wave frequency matches 99.7% of the Thunder Beast genes, and the domestication efficiency is incredible. Remote scanning, high-level Beast Core Purity A level, I pass it on. Lost the anti-thunder shield module. The military commendation has been issued. Ye Chen, the first Caesar Star Combat Merit, promoted to Elite Beast Trainer, rewarded with Federal Medal plus Beast Core quota. Ye Chen gasped and stood still, stroking the top of the giant lizard's head. In the mount mode, an energy saddle appeared on the back, and the scales stretched like a throne. He jumped up and swept away the remaining enemies with a blue light from the muzzle. One shot swept 10 meters, and the thunder and lightning chain doubled in power exploded into the leopard group. Plasma rain poured down, the ground melted into a glass pit, and the heat wave distorted the vision. Come up. Explore the ruins. There are mineral veins in the Beast King's cave. Suwan and Jiang Chen jumped up, and the giant lizard started with a low roar. The 15-meter body was like a thunder tank, crushing the jungle, the ground trembled with its claws, and the purple electric shield blocked the remaining thunder. Going deep into the acupuncture point, the black hole-like tunnel expands, claw marks on the rock wall flicker, the purple electricity inside is like a galaxy whirlpool, and the fishy wind and the stench of rotting flesh hit your face. The giant lizard carried the team forward, its tail swept away the blocking stones, and a loud roar echoed. The core vein suddenly appears, Clusters of blue amethysts are like stars, and the buzzing energy waves touch the skin and feel numb. Ye Chen System Scan, Intermediate Beast Core Vein X3, Mission Completion 80%. Hidden, Wall of Ancient Alien Runes. Blue runes appeared on the wall, twisting like living creatures swimming, depicting giant beasts circling the Milky Way, with the 3 words, Guardian of the Universe, pulsing in red light in the center, faintly whispering in the mind, conspiracy, domination. Suwan touched her fingers, and the runes lit up. Her beautiful eyes widened. This is, a prehistoric civilization. Guardian. The source of the consortium Star Beast plan. Jiang Chen smelled the electric smell of crystal clusters and excitedly opened the sampler. Big deal. But these runes are evil, I'm going to feel numb. Ye Chen frowned, harvested 3 beast cores, pressed into the gun slot and the blue light increased again, the system dinged, mission completed. Rewards unlocked. He waved his hand, and the giant lizard turned around and led the team to withdraw, sweeping across the group of remnant beasts at the entrance of the cave. The blue laser pillar was like a scythe of death, blasting more than 10 low-level thunder beasts in a row. The flesh and blood plasma covered the rock wall, and the thunder of victory shook the sky. On the way back, the thunderclouds in the jungle gradually dispersed, the giant lizard's footsteps were like thunder, and the team's tacit understanding was like an arm and a finger. Suwan patted Ye Chen on the shoulder with an admiring voice, boy, from now on, you are the core. That sweep just now, the potential of the Beast King, the military video was sent back, and the whole Federation was shocked. Jiang Chen laughed, haha. I added the final module to the gun, equipped with an S-class beast core, and smashed the planet. The hunter's signal in Silicon Valley flashed, and the sky ahead suddenly tore apart. 3 unknown black ships descended like ghosts, the blue flames of their engines were silent, and the stealth coating on their hulls peeled off to reveal the consortium mark. The main gun was locked, the red laser net covered the giant lizard team, and the wanted holographic projection exploded into space. Federal wanted order. Ye Chen, stole confidential beast core technology, domesticated banned S-class genes, surrender immediately. Violators, destroy the ship. The main gun of the black ship buzzed like the whisper of death, the red laser web tightened like a spider's thread, the plasma rolled on the surface of the energy ball, the heat wave twisted the air and rushed towards the face, burning the skin and emitting white smoke. The scales on the back of the giant lizard pulsed with purple electricity, carrying Ye Chen and the 3 of them with a low roar that shook the ground. The 15-meter-long body retreated like a thunderous tank, its claws stepped on the scorched earth with a roar, and mud and plasma fragments sprayed everywhere. The hunter's Silicon Valley light flashed crazily at the edge of the jungle, and the sound of its engine warming up was like a wild beast panting, but it was locked by the black ship's invisible force field and unable to take off. The giant lizard roared, and the blue light from Ye Chen's gun shot up sharply. Suwan and Jiang Chen stared at the projection, their beautiful eyes and bull's eyes widened at the same time. Consortium's own expedition. Wanted. This is a fucking frame-up. The black ship's muzzle buzzed, the energy ball condensed, and the heat wave hit their faces. Damn it. The consortium black ship, the Ghost-class patrol ship, the 3 linked artillery nets, the energy output exceeds the standard by 200%. Su Wanmei's eyes were fixed on the holographic projection, her red hair was sticky with blood on her face, she gripped the saddle of the giant lizard, and the blue light of the electric blade trembled. Ye Chen, the wanted is a frame-up. But they locked on the beast core signal and couldn't escape. No matter how fierce the giant lizard was, they couldn't stop the gun, and the team was wiped out. Her voice was filled with a rare tremor, and the empty shell of the laser gun clattered to the ground, and the smell of rust and blood mixed with ozone filled her nose. Jiang Chen lay on the side of the giant lizard, sparks from the welding gun flying, his fingers flying to crack the communicator, his face covered with black and gray bullseyes and bloodshot eyes. Damn it. Encrypted level military department only, mole. I can't hold on for 10 seconds, the black ship's AI has scanned our coordinates, and the muzzle thermal imaging is locked. Brother, jump. ship. In 5 seconds, the giant lizard carried us into the atmosphere. He tried firing the blue laser, and the chain lightning hit the black ship's shield. It only caused sparks, and the backfire arced back to the gun body, exploding metal fragments. The smell of burnt engine oil filled the air. He coughed up blood and bent over. The gun is overloaded. It's over. Command the beasts, start. Ye Chen roared, the mental wave erupted like an invisible tide, the arc wolf and the thunderclaw leopard king roared in response in his mind, the blue and purple electric grid surged from the depths of the jungle, a group of 30 remaining leopards rushed out like ghosts, claw wind tore through the air, plasma balls collided with the black ship's shield, and the burning smell of ozone hit the sky and the earth. The giant lizard roared up to the sky, the purple thunder on its back gathered into a ball, and an electromagnetic pulse with a diameter of 10 meters blasted out. The silent waves expanded, the blue flames of the black ship's engine stagnated, the invisible coating peeled off like a snake's shedding, the red laser net twisted and broke, the energy ball deviated from the track, brushed against the tail of the giant lizard and exploded into the jungle on the flanks. The earth and rock lava fountain was 50 meters high, and scorching debris poured down like a meteor shower. The golden and purple vortex between Ye Chen's brows pulsed, and the system interface flashed red, crisis level, ship destroyed. The black ship energy network suppresses lightning resistance by -30%. Recommendation, Beast Command Level 1, summon wolf and leopard group interference plus monitor lizard electromagnetic pulse sprint, success rate is 72%. The red light from the black ship's gun muzzle skyrocketed, and the first round of energy balls blasted out like a blue sun. The fireball with a diameter of 5 meters tore through the air. The heat wave poured out like a river of lava. The jungle instantly vaporized, and the crackle of charred wood was like a thunderstorm. Suwan screamed and clung to Ye Chen, her red lips pressed against his ear and breathed hotly, "Psychic wave, the range of command is 30? Federation elite masters can only have 10 at most. You are a group of control, the frequency of waves is like the control of an emperor." Her beautiful eyes widened, and her hands trembled as she grasped the saddle. On the seat, the giant lizard sprinted like thunder and fell, the flame tail stretched 100 meters due to the friction of the atmosphere, the beast's engine roared to keep up, the 3 men swooped out with the beast, the black ship's gunfire passed by, the aftermath of the explosion made the saddle buzz, and the sound of metal twisting was harsh. Jiang Chen held the gun and laughed wildly, vomiting blood and spitting foam. "Awesome." The pulse paralyzed their fire control for 5 seconds. I hacked into the wanted source code. Insider. The military database was leaked, signed by that bastard Carlos. His fingers were like electricity, and the projection exploded the encrypted fragments, and the bull's eyes protruded and shouted excitedly, "We got the framed evidence." Shadow Valley, the invisible crater of the neighboring star, the radiation fog obscures the tracking, force our way in. The giant lizard team tore through the clouds and entered the atmosphere of Shadow Valley. A sea of gray and black fog rolled on the surface of the deserted star. The coldness of the lonely space mixed with the smell of radiation ozone hit our faces. The craters were like the scars of a giant beast and were as deep as a kilometer. Ye Chen recalled the pack of wolves and leopards to hide in the fog, the monitor lizard mount mode shrunk to 8 meters, the scales pulsed invisible, and the team sneaked into the dark ravine at the bottom of the valley. The wind erosion marks on the rock walls were like ghost claws, and the cold wind howled with the smell of sulfur. Reconnaissance mode. Ye Chen patted the giant lizard's head, his purple electric eyes swept through the sea of fog, and the system heat map appeared. Shadow Valley Alien Beast Lair X2, Alien Ruins Core, Shadow Beast Group Low Level A-, High-Speed Shadow Fox X3, 85% Domestication Potential. Hidden Energy Source, S-Level Guardian Rune. The monitor lizard roared and charged forward, its claws silently crushing the gravel in the fog. It dived deep for 15 minutes. The fog was like a living thing, and the choking smell of radiation burned its throat. Suwan jumped down, and the blue light of the electric blade swept away the low-level shadow beast. The gray-black furry beast came like smoke, and the claw wind disappeared without a trace, tearing her spare armor, bloodshot eyes oozing out. Shadow beast. The speed is sonic level, the federal team will die when they enter the valley. Ye Chen, the giant lizards are coming, I'll clean them up. Her red hair flew, and she chopped off 5 heads in a row with her electric blade. The blood mist exploded and mixed with mist, and the smell of carrion filled the air. Her beautiful eyes flashed with exhaustion. I can't hold on, there are hundreds of them in the nest, it's an energy-consuming battle. Jiang Chen's welding gun sparks illuminated the rock wall, dismantling the remains of the shadow beast, for a nano-invisibility, like a ghost in the fog. I need a beast core to upgrade the gun's invisibility module, give me an intermediate crystal. He shook his fingers and inserted the beast core, the blue laser gun buzzed and deformed, gray fog patterns appeared on the gun body, and the test shot penetrated the rock silently, without light or heat, and the bull's eyes widened. Stealth mode. The fusion rate is 95%, the range is invisible, and the black technology of the consortium cannot compare. Ye Chen's mental waves locked on 3 high-speed shadow foxes. They moved like black smoke, sonic boom claws hit the giant lizard scales, creating silent sparks, and a fishy wind filled the nostrils in the radiation mist. System ding, group taming skill unlocked. LV4 LV5, consumes 30% of the beast core energy, multi-target injection, success rate 78% plus team understanding 35% equals 95%. Group taming, start. The golden and purple vortex erupted, and 3 spiritual needles pierced the fox's brain like thunder. The shadow fox froze in the air, its gray eyes turned blue and obeyed, its tongue licked the back of its paws, and the warm mist felt numb to the touch. Suwan's electric blade fell to the ground, her beautiful eyes widened as if she had seen a miracle, and her red lips trembled as she rushed on the shadow fox's back. 3. Group taming. Injecting sonic beasts in an instant. Federal records, the group control limit is 5, and they need instrument assistance. Your mental wave is at the level of an emperor-level beast tamer. She jumped on the fox's back and tried to gallop, maneuvering at high speed like a teleport. The wind pressure scratched her face, and she screamed excitedly, twice the team maneuver. Ye Chen, you are the fucking beast king of the universe. Jiang Chen held the gun and sniffed the smell of fog and electricity, his hair flying wildly. Shadow Fox Guard plus invisible gun, invincible. I will weld the Thunder Net module again, and the fog war will dominate. The wolves, leopards, foxes and lizards roared together, in tacit agreement, sweeping away the remaining beasts in the lair. The blue and purple grid silently expanded, the blood mist of the shadow beasts evaporated into mist, and the smell of burnt flesh radiation filled the valley bottom. The team went deep into the ruins, and the cracks at the valley floor expanded into a huge hall. The blue runes on the walls were swimming like stars, and the air was buzzing with energy and numbing. Shen Qingqing activated the device, the silver light swept across the wall, and the rune decoding projection exploded. Ancient scrolls appeared, alien behemoths surrounded the galaxy, S-class kings tamed legions to fight against the shadow invaders. The text pulsed, Guardian civilization, beast core technology sealed the invasion fleet, the consortium stole the source, plotting for cosmic hegemony. Her voice trembled, and her cold face turned pale. Prehistoric truth. S-class behemoths once destroyed the interstellar fleet, and Carlos, the ghost in the consortium, leaked the coordinates of the black ship. The hunting beast's Silicon Valley light signal landed in a ravine, and the cabin door hissed open. Shen Qingqing appeared in a fluttering white robe, with a rare flush on her cool face. She carried a silver translation device and her data glasses flashed. Ye Chen, the communication tracked your pulse escape. The military blocked the black ship and pursued it. Hit. I have a relic decoder, and the Caesar rune matching rate is 99%. She touched the shadow fox with her finger, and the scanner beeped wildly, and her beautiful eyes widened. A group of shadow foxes? The efficiency is incredible. Your system, integrated with alien gene waves, is undoubtedly dominated by the Beast King. Ye Chen's system upgrade rings, Unlocked at Group Taming Level 1, Beast Legion Limit +10, Fused Relic Energy, Thunder Field Level 1, Range Electromagnetic Field Control. Mission, Crisis in Shadow Valley 20%. He waved his hand, the Shadow Fox scouted the forward, and the giant lizard pressed down on the palace and penetrated deep into the core. Jiang Chen fused the remaining beast cores, the invisible gun was filled with grey mist, and the range of the invisible trace penetrated the wall. Bullseye was excited, S-level potential. The fog is hidden and lightning strikes, even if the consortium comes to kneel, even if it comes to 10 ships. Suwan patted Ye Chen on the shoulder and whispered in admiration, Beast King, the energy is running rampant deep in the ruins, be careful. The altar in the center of the rune wall pulsed with red light, activated by Ye Chen's touch, the ground shook like a heartbeat, a black hole opened in the roof of the hall, and the guardian beast roared out. A 30-meter silver-gray giant shadow jumped out, its scaly wings cut the air like a blade, 6 red eyes locked on the team, the wing wind whipped up a radiation storm, and the smell of sulfur and blood filled the sky. Shen Qingqing screamed and retreated, his data glasses shattered, A+ guardian beast. Ruins trap, S-class bloodline, summon, an alien fleet. The 6 red eyes of the guardian beast exploded like lava, and the air was torn out by sonic booms when the wing blades swept across. The rocks on the rock wall fell like a torrential rain. The radiation mist around the team was rolled into a vortex by the wing wind, and the smell of sulfur and blood mixed with the stench of molten metal rushed straight into the nose. The giant lizard roared and opened the purple electric shield. Electric arcs flew wildly in the recesses of the scales, backfired on the skin of Ye Chen's arms, and white smoke erupted. The burning pain was like fire. The runes on the blue and black hulls of the 10 Zell Empire remnant ships in the sky pulsated like living veins. The red light of the main guns converged into the sun. The energy beam was 10 meters thick and blasted down. The ground at the valley floor instantly vaporized. Lava springs erupted 50 meters high. The heat wave distorted the vision. The Predator's Silicon Valley lights flashed wildly in warning, and the engine preheating sound was swallowed up by the roar. The guardian beast's wing blade swept across, the rock wall collapsed like a landslide, the giant lizard's purple electric shield blocked it but was dented and deformed, and the arc backfired on the team's skin. The space above suddenly tore apart, the metal roared like thunder, 10 alien remnants descended like ghosts, the runes on the blue and black hulls flashed, the red light of the main guns gathered, and hit the bottom of the valley. S-class Blood Guardian Beast. Zell Vanguard Fleet, the relic trap activates the alien summons. Shen Qingqing's white robes were stained with dust, her cold face was as pale as paper, and her shattered data glasses reflected the red light. She grabbed the decoder and retreated, her voice sharp and trembling. The energy level of the naval gun is 3 times that of the Federal battleship, the Beast Core drive, we are all wiped out. Ye Chen, the relic runes are bait, the consortium knew it earlier. Her fingers shook like chaff, the silver device beeped and whined, and the projected picture twisted and collapsed. The blue light of Suwan's electric blade was dim, and her red hair was sticky with blood on her cheeks. She threw herself down on the rock bunker, and the empty clip of the laser gun clinked to the ground. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and she stared at the shadow of the ship. 10 sonic winged beasts are escorting, and the turrets are locking the hunter. Ye Chen, your beasts are at most delay, we can't escape into the sea of fog. The wing blade grazed her shoulder armor, tearing her flesh and blood, and the blood sprayed into the mist and evaporated into fishy mist. She gritted her teeth and roared, her exhausted body trembling. No matter how good the team's tacit understanding is, it can't stop the ship-killing blow. It's over. Jiang Chen lay on the side of the giant lizard, the invisible gun humming with grey mist and overloading. Sparks from his welding gun were flying as he tried to repair the shield. His bullseye protruded and his face was full of black-gray and he coughed up blood. Fuck. The Zell ship's AI scans the beast core frequency, and the engine's blue flame prevents pulses. I'm invisible to the gun. The shape can't hold on, and the energy backfires and explodes. Brother, surrender, Shadow Valley will become a cemetery. The first red energy beam hit the valley wall, melting the rock like wax, and the aftermath made his fingers numb, and the smell of burnt engine oil mixed with blood choked his throat. Despair. This is the beginning. Ye Chen stood up with a low roar, his mental wave erupted like a golden-purple thunder wave, and the thunder field unfolded. The invisible electromagnetic network expanded 100 meters, the air at the bottom of the valley buzzed and twisted, the blue flame of the Zell ship engine stagnated, the red cannon beam deviated from the track and wiped out sparks from the giant lizard, and the lava fragments smashed into the saddle like meteors. The three gray eyes of the shadow fox turned blue, the invisible body flew into the sky like smoke, the sonic blast claws silently pounced on the belly of the wrecked ship, the claws stabbed the engine protective net, the nanomist penetrated, and the electromagnetic pulse imploded. The runes on the first ship's hull flashed and cracked, blue flames sprayed like a tornado, and it fell into the valley and hit the rock wall. The explosion metal fragments rained down, and the burning smell of ozone filled the sky. The golden and purple vortex between Ye Chen's brows swirled wildly, and the system interface flashed red. Crisis level, the Imperial ship is destroyed. Zell Remnant X-10, A+ level beast control, Guardian Beast S bloodline. Thunder Field LV-1 activation, range electromagnetic field control plus group taming LV-1, success rate 68%. Suggestion: Shadow Fox stealth engine plus monitor lizard shield to delay, summon flamewing bird to counterattack in the air. The energy on the roof of the black hole hall is rampant, the guardian beast roars deafeningly, the wing wind rolls up the team like fallen leaves, and the radiation fog chokes people and burns their lungs. Jiang Chen laughed wildly with bloodshot eyes, vomiting blood and spitting. He rushed towards the wreckage of the crashed ship, and the sparks of the welding gun cut into the belly of the ship dazzlingly. The field electromagnetic network, I feel the beast core resonance. Zell laser cannon, reverse engineering begins. Fingers flew to dismantle the red gun barrel, the beast core crystal pulsating heat wave hit his face, he inserted his own gun slot, the fusion rate skyrocketed, the gray fog on the gun body turned red and blue intertwined, and the range increased sharply to conceal the thunder strike. A test shot blasted the third ship's engine. Blue flames exploded through the lightless piercing. The ship rolled and crashed, shaking the ground like an earthquake. He held his gun and shouted, "Upgrade 95% military rank." Kirigakure thunderstorm, the consortium's black gun kneels down and licks. Ye Chen, brothers are invincible. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered to avoid the wing blades. She scanned the ruins of the crashed ship, the replacement lenses of her data glasses flashed, and her cool face flushed and lost her mind. The Zell Empire Beast Control System, the frequency of the mental wave has the same origin as your golden and purple vortex. Guardian of alien ruins, fused with human genetic prophecies. She held her hand, the fingers touched the scale wings of the guardian beast, and the silver light of the decoder exploded and projected. The shadows of the beast surrounded Zell's ship, the red-eyed abandoned beast struggled, its beautiful eyes widened and trembled. The similarity is 99%. Ye Chen, your system is the inheritance of the Guardian. Zell uses forced implantation to enslave. We are different, bond rule. The Guardian beast roared and locked onto Ye Chen, its 6 red eyes gathered heat rays, the air vaporized, and the giant lizard's purple electric shield dented. System ding, detect Zell's abandoned beast, flame-winged bird, a level, domestication potential 92%, king of the air. Injection of group tame, thunder field increase plus 15%. Ye Chen's spiritual needle pierced the flame-winged bird's mind like a thunderbolt, and a golden red-winged bird sprang out from under the wings of the guardian beast and flew into the air. The wind of the wings tore through the mist, and the claws struck the scaled wings of the guardian beast and sparked sparks. The hot-blooded feathers fell down with the smell of burnt meat. Domesticated, flame-winged bird. The golden and purple vortex erupted, the bird's eyes turned blue and obeyed, and it circled and swooped to attack the remaining ship with the shadow fox. The air superiority was instantly reversed, the fox's claw engine was paralyzed, the bird's wing hot blade slashed the turret, the runes on the 7 ships' hulls collapsed, and they fell like meteor showers to the bottom of the valley. The explosion chain metal roared and shook the sky, and the sea of lava mist rolled. Su Wanmei's eyes widened as if she saw a ghost, her red lips trembled and she raised the electric blade to protect herself. She jumped on the back of the Shadow Fox and maneuvered at high speed, using the gray fog stealth mode of the laser gun to lock the turret. Shadow Fox, the Shadow Fox suddenly paralyzed a ship. Ye Chen, your domain control field and the ship's AI frequency are all messed up. The Empire's top technology shield, break instantly. She fired the Kirigakure lightning strike, and the silent blue beam penetrated the second turret. The explosive fireball bloomed like a blue sun, and the smell of molten metal filled the air. She screamed excitedly and the wind pressure shaved her face. Precise destruction. Team counterattack, triple the maneuver. You are the god of war. Su Wan rides the Shadow Fox and shuttles like a teleport. The electric blade assists the flame-winged bird to destroy the last fort. Her beautiful eyes worship like a torch, aerial taming. A-level flame wing, Empire abandoned beast instant service. Ye Chen, your wave frequency is like the Emperor of the Universe, Zell beast control forced fragmentation, we win. She landed on Ye Chen's shoulder, her red hair pressed against her cheek, whispering, but the guardian beast has blood, you can't stand it alone. Join forces. My electric blade, your domain, a new bond, tame it. Jiang Chen's gun flashed red and blue, the reverse barrel fusion was completed, and the range penetrated a kilometer. He sniffed the ozone of victory, flame wings in the air plus fog gun ground concealment, no dead ends. I will weld Zell beast core again, the gun will reach S potential. The guardian beast's wing blade swept wildly, the rock hall collapsed like the end of the world, but was trapped by the thunder field grid, and the arc backfired and ate the scale armor. Ye Chen nodded, and a tacit understanding broke out when his eyes met with Su Wan, and the spiritual waves joined forces to inject. Su Wan's electric blade pierced the beast's neck with blue electric guidance, the golden and purple vortex surged wildly, the guardian beast froze and roared, turned its blue eyes and lowered its head, the S bloodline surrendered. The team's beast army roared together, and the flame-winged bird took the team into the air to sweep away the remaining enemies, and captured a prisoner, a blue-skinned alien, whose rune armor shattered, and whose red eyes trembled with fear. The engine of the hunter roared up, Shen Qingqing tortured the projection lock brain, and the captive screamed in alien language translation, the vanguard fleet of the Zell Empire invades hundreds of stars in the galaxy. The beast core veins are all occupied, and the guardian beasts are enslaved to smash the Federation. The ghost in Carlos provides the coordinates, the consortium alliance Zell. Jiang Chen put a gun on his forehead, and the bull's eye glared fiercely, tell me. The whole plan. The prisoner collapsed, the capital of the home planet Federation, has been attacked by Zell's main fleet. According to the prophecy, the descendants of the human beast tamer Luo Li will rise and change the universe. You. Gene Zibo frequency, the Lord of Prophecy. Ye Chen raised his eyebrows, and the system faintly resonated with Luo Liming, with foreshadowing surging like an undercurrent. Su Wan's beautiful eyes flashed with suspicion, and she whispered the game, Luo Li. The secret girl of the military, the communicator of alien beasts, Ye Chen, the source of your system. Shen Qingqing confirmed the data, with a cold face excited, the prediction matches. Ye Chen, the Alliance military counterattack signal has been sent, your achievements have spread throughout the world, the Beast King is famous in the stars. The beast's engine roared with blue flames, the silicon-based alloy hull tore through the sea of radiation fog, like a silver shark leaping out of the abyss of the valley, and the lonely star curtain in space instantly swallowed up the field of vision. The holographic projection on the bridge flashes a blood-red warning, and the scene of the Sea of Fire in the capital of the home star loops. The black shadow of Zell's main fleet is like a swarm of star bugs pressing down on the environment, the beam of destruction is as thick as a mountain and a collapsed dome, the federal tower melts into a metal river, the scream echoes the communication channel, And the scorched earth and smoke are as pungent as the smoke. The flame-winged bird hovers outside the porthole, its golden and red wings reflecting the starlight, its sharp beak humming like an early warning bell, and the wing wind blowing through the alloy shell to make a low hum. Ye Chen leaned on the command chair, the golden and purple whirlpool between his brows slowly subsided, sweat mixed with blood slid down his cheeks, and the burning skin on his arms still lingered. A dim light appeared on the system interface. The crisis in Shadow Valley is 100% completed. Beast Legion Expansion, Thunder Dragon B+, Shadow Fox X3, Flamewing Bird A, S-Level Guardian Beast, 98% Wing Blade Bloodline Domestication, Thunder Field Resonance plus 20%. Resource Inventory, High-Level Beast Core X2, Guardian Beast Core, Zell Beast Core Crystal X5, Mid-Level Mineral Vein Fragment X10. Thunder Realm LV1 LV2 Warm-Up, Group Taming Efficiency is 99%. Guardian Inheritance Unlocked, Luo Li Bloodline Frequency matches 87%, Prophecy Beast King Mode to be activated. He took a deep breath, the smell of sulfur blood and ozone burning intertwined in the cabin, his chest heaved and he growled lowly, the mother planet has fallen. Zell's main force, our beast army alone, can't even touch the fleet. Jiang Chen sat paralyzed on the engineering platform, his eyes covered with bloodshot eyes, his black and gray face cracked and laughing wildly, coughing up bloody sputum. He was holding a red and blue laser gun, the beast core groove of the gun body was pulsing with heat waves, and the sparks of the welding gun at his fingertips were flickering. Brother, this wave in Shadow Valley, the gun has 95% fusion with the Zell barrel military level S potential. The Kirigakure thunder penetrates 1,000 meters, and the blue and red thunder nets have no dead ends in stealth mode. But damn, the battleship hundreds of black shadows are in the team, and the core of the shield-level empire is like a small toothpick, which can't be pierced. He tried to pull the trigger, and the gray mist from the gun silently exploded the simulated lightning beam, penetrating the test wall panel. The alloy fragments fell to the ground like rain, and the smell of scorched metal was pungent. His fingers trembled with excitement but mixed with despair. If I weld 10 more beast cores, I can't stop the ship's annihilation rain. The capital is over, the Federation is scattered. Suwan's shoulder armor was torn and fleshy and turned out. She tore off the red hair and sticky blood cloth to wrap it up. The blue light of the electric blade dimmed the handle. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and stared at the projection. Her heroic body trembled and she sat against the wall. 10 vanguards fought to the death to destroy, and the main force survived the enslavement of beasts. No matter how fast my electric blade, riding Shadow Fox, maneuvers, it can't stop the sweep of the destruction beam. Ye Chen, your S-Guardian Beast Wing Blade Sound Explosion, the best we can do is delay in the air, our team's tacit understanding is plus 50%, we are still ants. The sound of blood dripping on the deck was harsh and corrosive. She gritted her teeth and whispered, her tired face pale as frost, the military department commends the Beast King Commander. What a joke, the rescue signal was sent, and the giant metal shadow of the main fleet descended on Shadow, but went straight to the sea of fire on the home star. We are too late and can't save it. Shen Qingqing's white robe was stained with dust and blood, and her cold face was pale and absent-minded. She replaced her data glasses with silver light to scan Zell's captives, a blue-skinned alien with broken rune armor and bound by chains, with red eyes and fear, trembling and huddled in a corner, and the stench of the alien body was pungent with sweat and acid. Her fingers flew around and the decoder beeped and whined, and the projection distorted and revealed the layout of the Zell fleet. The Black Shadow fleet orbited the capital, and the S-class slave beasts in the beast warehouse roared and pulsed with red light. Data confirmation, Zell's main force is 500 ships, the beast core drives the Shield Federation 10 times, there is more than one Mole Carlos, the consortium's dark network provides coordinates for the entire galaxy. Luo Li predicted that the Beast Emperor's golden and purple waves would reverse the universe, but now. Her voice was sharp and trembling, beautiful staring at Ye Chen, the shattered glasses reflected the sea of fire, the source of your system guardian, Zell slave, is 92% of the same origin, and we have the advantage of bondage control. But the dome of the home planet has collapsed, and hundreds of millions of lives have been reduced to ashes. No matter how strong the domesticated legion is, we will die alone. The bridge was dead silent, the starlight from space shone coldly on the portholes, the low chirping of the flame-winged bird echoed like a death knell, and the team's eyes met with despair like mist. Jiang Chen's bullseye protruded and hit the table, and sparks from the welding gun flew everywhere. Fuck. What about the potential of my gun S? General Zell leads a blue-skinned man, pilots a star Tyrannosaurus S plus bloodline, and his claws tear warships apart like paper. We, the beast hunter, can't even warm up the engine in time for the sea of fire in the capital. Suwan's red lips trembled as she held the electric blade, her beautiful eyes flashed with tears. The shadow fox is hidden, flame wings in the air, guardian beast wing blades, the whole army was wiped out. Ye Chen, no matter how powerful your beast king is, you can't save the Federation from death. Shen Qingqing's fingers shook like chaff, and the projected sea of fire screamed through his head. Luo Li, the descendant of the prophecy, is a secret of the military. Without her alien beast communication, our data will be completely blind. Despair, pure despair. Ye Chen frowned, stood up and roared, a wave of golden and purple thunder erupted faintly in his mind, and the thunder field LV-2 warmed up and buzzed, and the air in the cabin was distorted. He walked towards Zell's prisoner. The blue-skinned alien with red eyes shrank in fear. The smell of ozone hit his nostrils as arcs of electricity flew from the broken rune armor. Tell me. Zell's full plan, who is Luo Li? The system interface flashed, beast control frequency scan, Zell abandoned the beast remaining, and the group tamer injected testing. The golden and purple vortex penetrated the captive's mind, and the alien screamed and translated into alien language, Beast King, Golden Purple Wave. Zell Mothership Star Tyrannosaurus King, S plus Bloodline Slave, Invincible Shield. Luo Li, Daughter of Prophecy, Guardian Bloodline, Consortium Prison Laboratory, Genetic Fusion Human Beast, spare your life. The captive collapsed and twitched, his red eyes turned blue and obeyed, and a torrent of intelligence poured into the system, the coordinates of the consortium's dark network, the weakness of Zell's beast warehouse, Luo Li's location. Jiang Chen's eyes were as wide as copper bells, and the welding gun clattered to the ground. He rushed to dismantle the prisoner's armor, and the beast core crystal pulsated with heat waves. Fuck. Zer's internal ghost frequency, I implanted the reverse gun slot. The fusion rate soared to 100%. The red and blue thunder nets on the gun body exploded, test fire. He pulled the trigger, Kirigakure's thunderstorm silently penetrated the simulated shield of the ship's cabin. The blue and red light exploded like the birth of a tiny star. Molten metal rained down, and the burning smell filled the air. He held the gun and roared and trembled, S-class full power. Penetrate the Imperial shield, brother, your domain plus my thunderstorm, an invincible combination. But, the capital is still burning. Space is torn apart, the giant metal shadow of the Alliance's main fleet arrives, the blue and white laser net sweeps away the debris, and the communicator blasts the military department's commendation. Ye Chen's team, Zell Vanguard is annihilated. Promoted to the commander of the Beast King. However, the emergency red alert suddenly turned to the capital of the home star, the Sea of Fire. Shadows flashed, and the Zell Empire's main fleet was looming in darkness. The beam of destruction collapsed the dome, and screams of despair penetrated the sea of stars. The capital has fallen. Ask the Beast King for rescue. In the sea of radiation fog at the bottom of the valley, the flame-winged bird sounded a low warning, and a new crisis was brewing like a starburst. Shen Qingqing's data glasses flashed with silver light, her cold face flushed and absent-minded. She scanned the coordinates of Luo Li, and a hologram of the laboratory appeared on the projection, a mysterious alien girl with silver hair and purple eyes, surrounded by alien beasts whispering communication. 99% match. Luo Li bloodline, the source of your system, optimize the thunder field, lightning resistance plus 25%, taming S plus success rate 68%. Prophecy of the rise of the Beast King. Her finger touched Ye Chen's arm, the decoder injected beast core energy, the golden and purple vortex surged, the system dinged, LV5 LV6, the upper limit of the beast army plus 15, Luo Li resonance unlocked, alien beast communication LV1. The ship's cabin buzzed and twisted, the guardian beast roared outboard in response, and the sound of the metal collision of the blades and scales was deafening. Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly brightened, and the blue light of the electric blade rekindled. She jumped onto the saddle of the Shadow Fox for a high-speed maneuver test. The fox claws sonically exploded in the air, and the gray fog invisible body shuttled like a ghost, the electromagnetic network in the field increases, and the Shadow Fox's teleportation doubles. Ye Chen, your wave ruled by frequency, the blue eyes of the fox are like a loyal servant. The new bond, the combat power is soaring. She landed on the ground and touched Ye Chen on her shoulder, her red hair pressed against her cheek, and she whispered excitedly, the S-Guardian Beast's wing blades are warming up, the flame-winged aerial kings are in action, our beast army is not weak. The hunter's engines were fully turned on, and the blue flames tore through the star screen, heading straight for the Alliance's main fleet rendezvous point. The military headquarters live broadcast results were projected on the bridge. Shadow Valley annihilated Zell Pioneer, Ye Chen, the Beast Emperor, became famous in the galaxy, and the cheers of soldiers echoed on the channel. Jiang Chen dismantled the high-level beast core and inserted it into the gun slot. The red and blue thunder light pulsed like a heart, and the simulated destruction beam was tested. The ship's cabin shook and the metal screamed. In the crew's cabin of Ji Suwan riding the Shadow Fox, the electric blade assisted the flame-winged bird in the dive drill, and the hot blade feather wind ripped through the air. Shen Qingqing optimized the system interface, Luo Li locked the coordinates in the consortium laboratory, predicted the projection, the Beast King leads the army, the laser is fully capable of sweeping the Overlord. The brief tranquility was like panting before a storm. Ye Chen sat cross-legged and meditated, the golden and purple vortex absorbed the energy of the beast core, and the thunder field began to experiment, the electromagnetic network of the ship's cabin expanded, the beast army roared in resonance, and the smell of sulfur and blood was transformed into fresh ozone. The team is repaired and bandaged, and their tacit understanding is as strong as iron. Their strength is ready to explode. But the flame-winged bird suddenly shrieked, and the space-torn red light flashed outside the window, the anonymous communicator exploded, and the low mechanical sound penetrated into the mind. Beast King Ye Chen, Shen Qingqing's laboratory secrets have been leaked, Luo Li's bloodline has been exposed. The consortium hunts the fleet, locks it in 10 seconds. Escape. Or fight. The projected black shadow approaches, the red light muzzle gathers the sun, the crisis breaks out like a starburst, and the tranquility is shattered instantly. The flame-winged bird's pointed beak tapped the porthole, its golden and red wings spread out to block the starlight, and the thunder lizard's scale armor arced around and gained momentum. Ye Chen clenched his fists, and the Beast Emperor's momentum filled the air. The team's eyes turned from despair to admiration. Jiang Chen laughed wildly with tears in his eyes, Beast Emperor. The gun is full, and when you open the field, Zell will kneel and lick it. Suwan's beautiful eyes were like torches on her shoulders, Emperor of the Universe wave frequency, tame the star Tyrannosaurus, we are reversed. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered and he knelt down, Guardian Inheritance, Lord of Prophecy. Xinghai surrenders. The golden and purple vortex between Ye Chen's brows suddenly exploded, and the thunder field LV2 preheated and buzzed. The air in the ship twisted into an electromagnetic net. He stepped on the command chair and jumped up, roaring. The golden and purple thunder waves of the spirit blasted into the system interface, emergency dodge, beast army alert mode. The blue flames of the hunter's engine surged and tore through the star mist. The silicon-based hull rolled sideways like a silver shark leaping into a valley. The red light passed by the side. The aftermath melted the shell and metal droplets poured down like rain. The smell of burnt rust stung the nose and lungs. The team stumbled to the ground, Jiang Chen's bloodshot eyes protruded and he rolled down the engineering platform with his gun in hand. The red and blue laser gun beast's core groove was pulsating and the heat wave was scalding. He coughed up blood and cursed, "Fuck." The S-class shield of the consortium's hunter ship, the red light penetrates the planet. I can only scratch the itch with Kirigakure's thunderstorm, the hunter beast a small toothpick, evaporates within 10 seconds. The sparks from the welding gun spattered and jingled on the deck. He pulled the trigger with trembling fingers and tried to fire. The blue and red thunder net exploded silently and hit the projection simulation shield. The molten rain of fragments became more scorched, but in exchange, the projection of the black shadow hunting ship amplified, and the red light locked the buzzing mind for the second time. Suwan threw away the sticky blood from her red hair. She threw the torn wound on her shoulder armor and turned the flesh out. She held the handle of the electric blade with dim blue light. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and stared at the black shadow on the porthole. Ye Chen, Shadow Fox can't dodge the ship's lock even if its teleportation maneuver is doubled. The flame-winged bird king in the air can only delay. Our team's tacit understanding plus 50%, we are still ants waiting to die. She leapt into the saddle and Shadow Fox became invisible in the gray mist. Flying through the sky at high speed, in the Fox Claw sonic explosion test cabin, the hot blade feathers were tearing up and his breath was being ripped. When he landed, his beautiful legs were trembling and he was sliding against the wall. The corroding sound of blood dripping on the deck was as harsh as a needle pricking his eardrums. The sea of fire on the home planet is still burning, and Zell's main force of 500 ships is pressing down. The hunter ship of this consortium can blast us into space ash with just one red light, despair, pure despair. The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread, and her cold face was as pale as frost. The silver light of her data glasses flashed wildly and scanned the red frequency. The decoder beeped and screamed, and the projection revealed the details of the hunter ship. The Sky Group logo metal vines wrapped around the gun barrel, and the S-class beast core drove the red mist shield of the Federation 20 times. Confirmed. Sky Group's border hunting ship, the source of Luo Li coordinates and their laboratory. All my laboratory data have been stolen. The core of the Star Beast project, the S-class Beast Core Monopoly conspiracy, there is more than one Carlos inside them, and the dark network provides Zell coordinates for the entire galaxy. Her voice was sharp and trembling, her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen's broken glasses and reflected the red light. Ye Chen, your system is LV6 Luo Li resonance, so what? The hunter-killer AI prelocks the frequency of the Beast Army, and the electromagnetic network in the Thunder field is 50% ineffective. Even if our domestication efficiency is 99%, we can't save the ship from destruction. Touching the decoder with trembling fingers, the scream of distorted fire mixed with the low mechanical sound of the hunter-killer ship penetrated the brain. Beast King, Shen Qingqing's secret has been leaked. Luo Li's bloodline has been exposed, and the cosmic alarm is about to be triggered. Escape. 10 seconds of red light baptism. The bridge is as silent as a tomb, the lonely starlight in space shines coldly on the cracks in the portholes, the flame-winged bird screams like a death knell, the thunder lizard scale armor arcs around and is powerless, and the shadow fox lies low and trembles in the gray mist. Jiang Chen smashed the table with tears in his eyes in despair, the red and blue gun body pulsing like a dying heart. Brother, so what if the gun S can fully penetrate the Imperial shield? The servers of the Sky Group are encrypted at the Imperial level, and I have to burn my brain to hack into it. The dome of the home star has collapsed, the iron barrel of Luo Li's laboratory has collapsed, and we, the hunter, can't catch it even if we use all the blue flames. And the galaxy border base, it's over, it's all over. Suwan's red lips trembled as she held the electric blade, tears flashing, and her beautiful eyes looked at Ye Chen like a drowning man grasping at straws. The Beast King's wave frequency is shaking the past and the present, and the S-Guardian Beast Wing Blade sonic blast is delayed in the air, but it can't stop the red light ship's annihilation rain. The team has a tacit understanding, and it's a mess. Ye Chen locked his eyebrows, stood firm and roared, the golden and purple whirlpool piercing into the mind of the Zell prisoner. The blue-skinned alien's red eyes turned blue and twitched submissively, the alien's smelly sweat, acid and blood mixed with blood hit his nose, weakness of the Sky Group. Say. The Intelligence Torrent System, Border Base Coordinates Locked, Beast Warehouse Guard B+ Plasma Beast X-20, Genetic Virus Counter Frequency, Luo Li Laboratory Core Layer. The hunter-killer ship has a red blind spot for 5 seconds, and the engine is overloaded to dodge the path. He suddenly turned around, the mental wave blasted the engine control, and the blue line of the holographic projection flashed the escape trajectory. Jiang Chen, hack into the Sky server. Shen Qingqing, upload the countermeasures data. Ji Suwan, Shadow Fox escort. The Beast Army is on alert, the thunder field expands, suppress the red light interference. The golden and purple thunder wave erupted, the ship's cabin twisted, the electromagnetic network expanded, the Beast Army roared and resonated, the sulfur ozone became fresh but mixed with the pungent smell of burnt metal. The prey beast's blue flames tore through the star screen and turned sideways. The red light passed over the stern of the ship and the melted silicon-based shell was splashed. The heat wave penetrated the cabin and burned the skin. Jiang Chen glared at the engineering station, sparks from the welding gun flew wildly into the communicator, and hacked into the dark web with flying black and gray fingers. Holy shit. Sky Server Empire Firewall, I reversed the Zell captive frequency to drill holes. Download the evidence. The Star Beast plan steals all files, S-Class Beast Core Monopoly, Zell Alliance Dark Web Gold Flow, the list of 10 evildoers in Carlos. The conspiracy hologram appeared on the projection, the metal vine symbol of the Sky Group wrapped around the S-Beast Core warehouse, and the data flooded and evidence pulsated. He held the gun and roared, and his fingers were blistered. Brother, the evidence is obtained. But the hunter-killer ship rear-ended the red light and charged up, and the 5-second blind zone has passed, and we have evaporated. Ji Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrunk as she jumped into the saddle Shadow Fox. Outside the high-speed cruise cabin invisible in the gray fog, the Fox Claw sonic blast hit the porthole and the hot blade assisted the flame wing dive. The red-haired hot wind pressed against Ye Chen's cheek and whispered in despair, the field increase is doubled. Teleportation is doubled, and the escort path is open. But the base border Iron Guard Army, the Plasma Beast's Red-Eye Slave B+, the electric blade was dim and seriously injured, and even the attacking guards had to fight bloody battles. Ye Chen, the Beast King's momentum could not suppress the Sky Chable. The flame-winged bird's golden and red wings spread out to cover the stars, and the wingblade guardian beast roared loudly as it collided with the scale-wing metal. In the loneliness of space, the hunting black shadow was overwhelming, and the red light roared like a starburst. Shen Qingqing's cool face flushed and trembled. She threw herself at the data glasses and swept the silver light wildly at Luo Li's coordinates. The hologram of the projection laboratory was distorted, the silver-haired and purple-eyed girl was tied up in chains, alien beasts surrounded her and communicated in whispers, and the alien body fragrance mixed with genetic medicine was sour and pungent. Confess, my laboratory, before Qinxiong stole it, I implanted a countervirus. Gene lock the frequency, paralyze the S-Beast Core Monopoly, upload your system. She touched Ye Chen's arm with her finger and injected the decoder, and the golden and purple vortex surged. The system dinged, countervirus fusion, Beast Army resistance plus 30%, Luo Li resonance 99.5%. But her beautiful eyes flashed with tears and screamed, too late. The hunter ship's AI predicts dodge, the Hongmong network locks the full frequency of the hunter, the dream of rescue on the home planet is broken, Luo Li's life experience, the daughter of prophecy, the source of the guardian, the consortium's experiment of merging humans and animals, the exposure is a cosmic alarm. The engine of the hunter was overloaded and buzzed with intermittent blue flames. A sea of space radiation fog engulfed the field of vision. It was forced to jump to the border star field. The aftermath of the hunting red light shook the hull and the metal screamed and shattered. The projected military headquarters live broadcast flashed, Ye Chen, the Beast Emperor escaped from the consortium's pursuit, and the galactic soldiers whispered in despair, the Beast Emperor has escaped too. The Federation is dead. The flame-winged bird screamed in warning, and the thunder dragon's scale armor arced and roared outboard. Ye Chen clenched his fist and roared, and a dim light appeared on the Beast Army's summoning interface. Purple upgrade warm-up, high-level Beast Core. Jiang Chen's bullseye protruded and the dismantled Beast Core was inserted into the gun groove. The red and blue turning purple thunder pulsated and heat waves hit his face. The purple electricity in the test cabin exploded like the birth of a microstar. The alloy wall melted through the scorched hole and the metal liquid flowed. He held the gun tremblingly, purple S+. Brother, the gun beast nuclear resonance has opened up your field. Summon the Beast Army to sweep across. But the base Iron Guard. The plasma beast herd is enslaved by red eyes, and the consortium security net is fully opened. Our team sneaks in and narrowly escapes death. The invisible silicon-based shell of the hunter is close to the border base, a giant metal ring surrounds the radiation waste star, the Vine turret patrols with red light in the loneliness of space, and the plasma beast B+ guards the red-eyed pulsating beast warehouse with a low roar that shakes the ground. Su Waning's fox gray mist was the first to attack. The fox's claw teleported sonic boom and tore open the outer guard alloy door. The blue light of the electric blade rekindled and cut off the vines. The alarm beeped. Her red hair was flying, her shoulder was injured, blood spurted out, and her beautiful eyes were bloodshot. She fought frantically, the guards fell. But there were 20 plasma beasts in the inner circle, the red mist sprayed and melted the deck, and the hot and sour smell choked people to death. Ye Chen, tame it quickly. The plasma beast's red eyes locked and roared, and the red mist heat wave burned the air. Su Wan rolled to avoid the fox-tail sweep and the claw marks were deep in the metal, whining. She gasped and roared in despair, too strong. The enslavement frequency is exclusive to the sky, and my electric blade cannot withstand the group attack. No matter how strong the team's tacit understanding is, the base will be stained with blood. Ye Chen's eyebrows burst into golden purple, the electromagnetic network in the thunder field expanded and buzzed, and mental waves were injected into the brain of the plasma beast. The system, Group Taming Level 1 Luo Li Resonance, the success rate is 68%, 92%, 99%. The red eyes of the beasts turned blue and they were submissive and low-spirited. The plasma pulse resonance ozone in the scales turned bloody and fresh. He roared the Beast King with overwhelming momentum, the domestication is completed. B+ Plasma Beast X20, the Beast Army is expanded. Jiang Chen burst into tears and laughed wildly as he dismantled the base server and obtained the evidence crystal. Pulse hot, the conspiracy is in full swing. Qingqing monopolizes the S-Core, and Zell Alliance's financial flow. But the alarm goes off, and the elite killers are dispatched. Shen Qingqing injected the virus with trembling fingers, and the projection paralyzed the Qingqing network. Countermeasures are in effect. The Beast Core is locked. Luo Li's laboratory is open. The metal door of the core laboratory burst open, and the silver-haired and purple-eyed girl Luo Li broke her chains and stood up. The alien body fragrance mixed with potion hit her nostrils. Her purple-eyed locks. Ye Chen whispered the alien beast language translation system, Beast King, golden purple wave resonance. The daughter of prophecy, the guardian bloodline, the source of your system. I have the gift of communication, and the alien beasts surrender. The flame-winged bird hummed in response, and the plasma beasts roared and protected. Her finger touched Ye Chen's vortex and the system dinged. Luo Li forms an alliance, Alien Beast Communication LV2, Beast Army Command plus 50%, Life Experience Exposed, Legacy of Ancient Beasts in the Universe, Failed Product of Consortium Fusion. Alarm triggered. Projection of Cosmic Level Red Alert Flash, the daughter of prophecy escapes, the entire galaxy is under hunting order. Sky Elite Killer Fleet, S++ Shadow Assassin arrives. The silicon-based alloy hull of the prey beast trembled violently, the red locked beam ripped through space like a blood python, the bridge holographic alarm shrieked piercingly, and the blood-red countdown, 3, 2, 1, flashed like a death scythe. The star curtain outside the porthole window was distorted, and the dark shadow of the consortium's hunting ship was approaching. The red mist like the sun gathered at the gun muzzle and pulsed. The heat wave penetrated into the hull through the vacuum and the smell of corrosive ozone filled the cabin. The flame-winged bird's golden and red wings flapped wildly at the portholes and struck like thunder, its sharp beak roared in warning, and the wind blew against the alloy of its wings, emitting a metallic wail that echoed in the dead silence. The metal walls of the core laboratory trembled violently, the red light of the vine turrets pulsated like blood and tore through the atmosphere, the piercing alarms echoed like the hum of insects devouring the brain, and the sour genetic medicine mixed with the odor of alien bodies and sweaty acid in the air assaulted the nostrils, weighing down one's lungs like lead. The lonely star screen in space outside the porthole is distorted, and the Black Shadow elite killer ship is coming. The blue blade of the S++ Shadow Assassin flashes like a will-o'-the-wisp and penetrates into the base dome. The blue mist corrodes the alloy and hisses. The heat wave penetrates into the laboratory floor and burns and stings the soles of the feet. Luo Li's silver hair fluttered and her purple eyes trembled and she clenched Ye Chen's hand. The alien body scent was mixed with the smell of fear and sweat. She whispered the alien beast language translation system in her mind, Beast Emperor, their failed fusion product, the blue blade of the human-beast legion devours the soul, swallows the beast core and instantly kills the S-class. There is no way to escape, the base iron ring is blocked, and the entire galaxy is hunted. My bloodline is exposed, and the daughter of the prophecy becomes the prey. Jiang Chen's bullseye bloodshot eyes protruded and he backed away with the purple lightning gun. The gun's purple thunder pulsated and heated his fingers to blisters. He gasped and smashed the wall, the metal was dented and tinkling. The smell of burnt rust choked his nose and he cursed, "Fuck." S++ Shadow Assassin, the blue blade penetrates the planet's core. My purple gun is full of fog and the thunder net can only scratch it. The melting engine at the stern of the hunting beast is intermittent, and the blue flames can't stop the rain on the ship. Brother, what if the evidence crystal is so hot that it burns your hand? The leader of Qingqing remotely controls, and the headquarters production line has an endless supply of S-cores. The flesh and blood of our team will turn to ashes after a narrow escape. He pulled the trigger with trembling fingers and tried to fire, and the purple lightning exploded and hit the projection assassin simulation. The blue mist backfired and corroded the beast core. His face turned pale and he sat in the corner, tears and sweat mixed with despair. He shouted in despair, "It's over. No matter how many B+ plasma beasts there are in the beast army, they will be enslaved by the blue blade." Suwan's red hair shook away the sticky blood. She threw the electric blade and the blue light dimly rekindled. Her beautiful legs trembled and her shoulder wounds spurted blood and corroded the deck. She leapt onto the saddle of the shadow fox, and the gray mist was invisible and flew through the air to test. The sonic explosion of the fox claw tore open the inner door of the laboratory. The hot blade feathers screamed loudly when she landed. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and stared at the black shadow of the porthole. Ye Chen, the shadow fox teleports twice as fast as the escort path is open, but the assassin blue mist ignores the invisibility, and the soul-eating frequency the tacit understanding of the paralyzed team. My electric blade is too injured to withstand the group attack, and the production line bomb is implanted in a dream. We are bound by iron and blood, and we are scattered and ready to be slaughtered. Shadow Fox lay low in the gray mist, trembling with red eyes and fear. She leaned on Ye Chen's shoulder and whispered in the hot wind with bloody despair, "The Beast King's momentum cannot suppress S++, the cosmic red alert is triggered, the list of the Ghost Carlos in the federal high level is exposed, and the home planet of Zell is burned, we will all be destroyed." The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread, and her cold face was pale and flushed. Her data glasses flashed with silver light and scanned the frequency of the assassin's blue blade. The decoder beeped and screamed, and the hologram of the Skydome headquarters appeared on the projection. metal vines wrapped around the production line, pulsating S-core red mist, and the leader's black-robed figure whispered control from the far side. Confirmed. The headquarters of the elite killer fleet, the blue-blade human-animal fusion army, the soul-eating virus restrains the Luo Li bloodline. My counter-virus paralyzed the border network is ineffective, the headquarters empire firewall, the upload failure rate is 99%. Her voice was sharp and trembling, her fingers were shaking like chaff when she touched her glasses, the projection was distorted and the blue mist eroded the reality. The edge of the laboratory sneered, and her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen with tears shining. Ye Chen, what about the system LV6 Luo Li resonance? The Beast Army Command plus 50% can't withstand the Blue Blade instant kill. The military department broadcast the live broadcast of the Beast King's escape. The soldiers are desperate, all our data is leaked, and the galaxy is dead. She knelt on the ground, her white robe stained with blood, and her scream of despair echoed like a death knell. The golden and purple whirlpool between Ye Chen's brows was as sharp as a needle prick, the electromagnetic net of level 2 of the Thunder Realm hummed and expanded but was backfired and distorted by the blue mist, and the sulfur and ozone turned corrosive and sour to sting the lungs. He was in a state of mind, damn it, the Sky Plutocratic Empire level firewall, the evidence was in hand but could not be transmitted. The source of Luo Li's bloodline matched 99.5%, but the S++ assassin pressed the territory, and the upper limit of the Beast Army was unlocked and stained the base with blood. There are 500 ships of the Mother Star Fire Hazel, and the internal ghosts in the top Federation have infiltrated. No matter how strong the domestication system is, can he go against the will of heaven single-handedly? No, never admit defeat. Zell's captive intelligence blind spot, Shen virus countermeasures, Luo Li resonance. The point of breaking the situation is right in front of you, sacrifice yourself for the overall situation, your resourcefulness and layout can overwhelm brute force. First suppress and then rise, hit the bottom and bounce up, the Beast King will not die, and the Milky Way will never be destroyed. He gritted his teeth and his bloodshot lips oozed, and he roared, and the golden-purple thunder wave of his spirit blasted into Luo Li's purple eyes. Luo Li, tell me all about your life experience. Your bloodline, the source of the system, is strengthened and tamed, now. Luo Li's silver hair was flying, her violet eyes burst into purple light, her alien body fragrance surged and overcame the sourness, and the alien beast language murmured through the translation system. Descendant of the lost alien royal family, ancient void beast emperor lineage, fused with the bloodline of human and animal technology. The failed product of the consortium's experiment, the source of the guardian of the Lady of Prophecy, can awaken the void-devouring beast deep in the base, the double S-class king, the core of the star-devouring black hole beast. Your golden-purple wave resonates, I strengthen the system, and the domestication success rate is 200%. But a blood sacrifice is required to awaken, the risk of base collapse is 99%, and the assassin's blue blade will bite us directly. Her fingers pierced her palms, purple blood dripped, and the metal corroded, and the shadowy hologram of the deep beast's warehouse appeared in the projection, the black-scaled vortex mouth of the two-headed void-devouring beast pulsated, and the loneliness of space around the devouring light twisted into the edge of a black hole. The beast's low roar shattered glass fragments and splashed. Jiang Chen's eyes widened as he climbed up and trembled with his gun in his hand. Purple electric heat waves hit his face. He smelled hope but was mixed with despair, blood sacrifice. Double S devouring beast, black hole ship-eating king, gun is full of critical beast cores, but the wake-up base self-destructs, we evaporate. Brother, the layout is crazy. Is it worth it? Suwan's red hair was pressed against Ye Chen's cheek, her beautiful eyes were shining with tears, and the hardcore roared, sacrifice. The team's tacit understanding plus 50% I am the vanguard, the Shadow Fox escorts deep down, but the Blue Blade army was overwhelming, the electric blade broke and there was no one alive in the bloody battle. Shen Qingqing's cold face twisted and he poured data into his glasses, royal blood matching. System optimization, void frequency unlocked. But the headquarters production line is on alert. The virus upload requires internal crystals. Suwan destroyed the line. I hacked into the leader terminal. The risk is imperial level. Their reactions came like a tide of despair, and Ye Chen's heart was like an anvil, *value. The source of Luo Li's bloodline, the system has skyrocketed, the S-level beast army has been unlocked, and the reversal is imminent. Psychological game, play it safe or go all or nothing. The consortium's conspiracy is rooted in the headquarters, the evidence plus blueprints are recovered, the military department commends and promotes independent command to major, and the galaxy is turned around. Sacrifice is the bait, wisdom is the sword. Ye Chen roared, the Beast King's momentum exploded, the golden and purple vortex pierced the palm of Luo Li's palm, the purple blood fusion thunder surged, and the system dinged. Luo Li's royal bloodline fusion, domestication system LV7 activated. Alien Beast Communication Level 3, Beast Army Command plus 100%, Void Devouring Specialty unlocked. The floor of the laboratory cracked violently, black vortexes rose, ozone mixed with the corrosive smell of the void, the double S Void Devourer roared out of the warehouse, the black scale vortex devoured the air around the light and twisted it into a vacuum, and the starlight from the space porthole was eaten into the edge of the black hole, which was biting and cold. The blue mist of the assassin's blue blade legion seeped into Chi, and the shadow assassin's blue blade rushed towards him with a pulsating roar. The blue mist corroded the plasma beast's scale armor and exploded bloodily. Luo Li's purple eyes locked on the Beast King and whispered a strange beast language. Ye Chen's spiritual wave golden purple blasted into Juku's mind, the system, group taming level 2 Luo Li resonance, S-level void devouring beast success rate. 78%. 99.5%. Double-headed surrender. The black scales of the beasts turned blue and became obedient and low, the vortex's giant mouth resonated and hummed to swallow the blue mist and backfired on the assassins, the blue blade broke, the metal screamed, and the molten rain filled the air with the burning smell. Jiang Chen laughed wildly as he dismantled the beast core and inserted it into the purple gun. The double S core black and purple pulsating heat wave heated the gun body and exploded the purple and black thunder net, full power limit. The purple electric star burst S++ in the void, and the shield-eating black hole penetrated the Imperial ship. Brother, it's amazing, the gun beast core resonance is invincible. The black hole in his test chamber exploded and swallowed up the alloy wall with liquid splash. He held the gun tremblingly and worshipped him, kneeling and licking, the beast emperor's ingenuity is against heaven. I surrender. Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrank, and the leaping saddle shadow fox teleported to escort her. The electric blade rekindled and cut off the assassin's blue blade. Sparks flew in the air. Her red hair flew and blood spurted out, and she roared wildly. The void beast swallowed the blue mist, and the team's tacit understanding was off the charts. The production line suddenly opened. Suwan the Vanguard is blown up. The sonic explosion of the shadow fox tore open the passage of the base. The hot blade of the fox claw assisted the flame wing to dive and the metal collision of the wing blade was deafening. The plasma beast X-20 red and blue scale armor roared to protect the environment. The void devoured the black hole and opened the vines. The turret's red light screamed intermittently. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered and her fingers flew into the crystal to hack into it. The silver light from her glasses swept wildly and uploaded the virus, drill a hole in the headquarters firewall. The production line is paralyzed with frequency injection, and the S-core red mist is stagnant. The projection showed chaos in the headquarters, the vine production line pulsated and fractured. The red mist dissipated, and the figure in black robe of the leader twisted and screamed, and the mechanical sound penetrated the brain. The blue flames of the hunter's engine rekindled intermittently, and the silicon-based shell was invisible and close to the giant metal ring of the headquarters. Ye Chen roared and the summoning door of the beast army exploded with light. The black whirlpool of the void-devouring beast opened the shield. In the loneliness of space, the red light rain on the ship was swallowed up by the black hole. The light beam was twisted and cold. Suwan's Shadow Fox group teleported and destroyed the production line. The hot blade cut through the core of the vines. The sea of fire exploded and the heat wave hit her face like metal droplets. Her shoulder was torn and stained the deck with blood. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and she shouted, "Line destroyed. Nuclear warehouse explosion chain." Shen Qingqing's virus torrent paralyzed the system and through the Shadow Leader's terminal crashed. The list of insiders has been fully exposed, and the flow of Zelkin has been cut off. Jiang Chen's purple-black gun, the Void Thunder Net, swept through the remaining assassins, and the black hole penetrated the blue blade fragments and splashed out with a pungent smell of burning. He laughed wildly with tears in his eyes. The evidence plus blueprint are obtained. The leader's conspiracy is shattered. The military department broadcast a live broadcast of a sudden holographic award. Beast Emperor Ye Chen, the attack on Tianqiong headquarters was successful, and the evidence was exposed, which shocked the top federal officials. The military rank is promoted to major, the command of the independent Beast Army is granted, and the Beast Group's upper limit is S++ unlocked. The soldier projection whispered and turned to worship. The Beast King reverses. The galaxy will not be destroyed. The galaxy soldiers widened their eyes and trembled. Major independent army, the Beast King is invincible. Ye Chen clenched his fists and roared, winning the psychological game, strategy, sacrifice for reversal. But a blueprint emerges. The countdown to the arrival of the Shadow Emperor, the overlord of the universe, has begun, and the Emperor's advance army has infiltrated the top ranks of the Alliance. Crisis arises again, dark clouds overwhelm us. Asterisk. The base alarm is blaring, the red light of the Vine turrets is gathering, the space is tearing apart and the Black Shadow elite killer ship is approaching, the Shadow Assassin's blue blade is pulsing and roaring into the atmosphere. The crisis is like a starburst again. Luo Li's purple eyes are trembling and she holds Ye Chen's hand. They are coming, people, the Beast Fusion Army, the vanguard of the Universe Overlord. Jiang Chen held the purple gun and trembled. Suwan's electric blade rekindled the blood stain. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered and screamed in despair. Ye Chen, the Beast Emperor, roared and the Beast Army moved together, suppressing the black clouds like a mountain, and a happy reversal was far away. In the stealth mode of the Predator's silicon-based shell, space is lonely and distorted. The remaining metal debris floats like icy stardust. The huge ring of fire at the headquarters outside the porthole window is blazing. The red vines pulsate intermittently and echo with mourning. The smell of burning molten metal mixes with the void, corrosive, sour, choking, and stings the nose and lungs. The holographic projection of the live broadcast of the military flickered unsteadily, and the soldiers' faces were pale and distorted as they whispered and then screamed. The list of moles has been exposed. Admiral Carlos, the top federal officials are all rotten. The Sky Cabot controls Zell's 500 ships to crush the home planet. The red alert escalates the civil war, and the fleets kill each other. In the projection, the Mother Star is tumbling in a sea of fire. Zell's main blue blade ship is raining down, the beams of the Alliance frigates are firing at random, metal collisions are deafening, and the blood-red alarm is buzzing like all the insects eating the brain. Jiang Chen's bullseye bloodshot eyes bulged tightly as he hugged the purple lightning starburst S++ in the void. The gun's black and purple pulsating heat wave was scalding to the touch. He gasped and hit the porthole, the alloy dented and jingled. The smell of burnt rust hit his nostrils and he roared, "Fuck it. The mole is exposed, it's so cool, it's stuck." The Los Dog Party's fleet counterattacks. The blueprint shows that the Emperor's advance forces have penetrated the upper levels, the iron dome of the home planet's capital has collapsed, and 500 Zell plus 1,000 trader ships have surrounded the star field. Itchy, the stern melting engine of the Hunter is intermittent, and the stealth cannot withstand the quantum scan. His fingers trembled and he pulled the trigger for a test fire. The void mine net exploded and swallowed the debris outside the window. The edge of the black hole was cold and twisted, but it was counterattacked by the red light of the rebel ship in the distance. The corrosion of the beast's core dimmed, and he slid down on the deck with a pale face, crying and sweating in despair. brother, what if the S++ limit of the beast army is unlocked? The Emperor's signal is approaching, the galactic civil war is ashes, and our team's flesh and blood has evaporated. Suwan's red hair shook away the sticky blood on her shoulder. Hot blood spattered and corroded the deck. Her beautiful legs trembled and she leapt into the saddle. The shadow fox was invisible in the gray mist to test the passage. The fox claw sonic blast slashed through the air with the hot blade feathers. When she landed, blood dripped from the metal and she screamed piercingly. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and she stared at the holographic rebel group. Ye Chen, the shadow fox teleports twice as fast as the escort route is all sealed. The mole Carlos personally leads the rebels and uses laser cannons. The quantum array is locked on the hunter, and the electric blade is too injured to hold up the ship. My team's tacit understanding is broken and is ready to be slaughtered. Shadow Fox lay low in the gray mist, shaking with red eyes and fear. She leaned on Ye Chen's shoulder and whispered in the hot wind with bloody despair, "The Beast Emperor's momentum cannot suppress the Emperor's advance, the cosmic red alert is triggered, the production line is destroyed, and the evidence is exposed, the high-level civil war explodes, and we will be buried together with the mother planet." The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread and fluttered, and her cold face was pale and flushed. The silver light of her data glasses flashed wildly as she scanned the dark vortex of the blueprint. The decoder beeped and wailed, and the shadow of the Emperor emerged from the projection and roared into her brain, confirmed. The Ghost Fleet in Kalos has 1,000 quantum shield S+, the Emperor has advanced to fuse with the Blue Blade human and beast army, and the soul-eating virus has been upgraded to restrain the beast army. My antivirus headquarters is on the verge of being paralyzed, and the high-level firewall is Imperial level. Blueprint activation requires core crystals, and the upload failure rate is 99.9%. Her voice was sharp and trembling, and her fingers were shaking like chaff when she touched the glasses. The projection was distorted and the black fog eroded the edge of the laboratory. Her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen with tears streaming down her face. "Ye Chen, the system LV-7 Luo Li resonance cannot withstand the rain of civil war ships, the military department broadcasts the Beast King hero turned traitor, all our data is leaked, and the star field is dead." She knelt down on the deck and her white robe was stained with blood, and her despairing scream echoed like a death knell. Luo Li's silver hair fluttered and her purple eyes trembled and she clenched Ye Chen's hand. The alien body fragrance was mixed with the smell of fear and sweat. She whispered, the beast language translation system buzzing in her mind, "The Beast Emperor." The Emperor sent the inner ghost Carlos in advance, and the black hand of the Sea of Fire on the mother planet was exposed, but it triggered a civil war. The source of my royal bloodline matches. The ancient void Beast Emperor's bloodline awakens the undead and strengthens it, which requires the integration of technology, but the rebel ship the quantum network blocks the star field, and the entire galaxy has no way to escape. The reversal we gained through blood sacrifice is wiped out. The remaining drops of purple blood corroded the metal, and the deep blueprint projected on the palm of her finger, the pulsating tail hook of the black armor of the terminal giant scorpion, the Emperor's abandoned beast S++ soul-eating king, the starlight in the loneliness of space twisted into a poisonous mist with a bone-chilling edge. The golden and purple whirlpool between Ye Chen's brows felt like thousands of needles pricking his brain. The electromagnetic network of level 3 in the thunder field hummed and expanded but was backfired and distorted by the black mist. Sulfur and ozone turned into poisonous acid and stung his lungs and choked his throat. His heart was turbulent like a storm in the sea of stars, damn it. The revelation of the inner ghost brings a sense of excitement but sinks into the abyss. Carlos rebels with 1,000 quantum shields. The Emperor's signal has a countdown of 3 hours. Although the beast army is S++ unlocked, can a single soldier fight against the fleet? The mother star Fire Hazel is suppressing the territory, and the Federation is self-inflicted in the civil war. No matter how clever the planning is, the brute force crushes no way out. No, never admit defeat. Luo Li's fusion of immortality, Shen Lantu's weapons, Jiang Chen's S++ sweep, Suwan's beheading, all the clues gathered together, and the climax broke out. Pressed to the bottom, the Beast King bounced up and shattered the star field. He gritted his teeth and his bloodshot lips oozed, and roared into the minds of the team with a wave of golden and purple thunder. Luo Li, fuse immortal technology. Shen Qingqing, activate the blueprint prototype. Jiang Chen and Ji Suwan, open the way with a general attack. I will take the dog head of Carlos. The system is at full level, tame the terminal giant scorpion, and reverse the galaxy. The team's eyes shrank in despair. Luo Li's purple eyes exploded with purple light and her silver hair flew up, the alien body fragrance surged and overwhelmed the poisonous acid, the purple blood of her stinging palms was injected into Ye Chen's golden and purple whirlpool. The system ordered, Luo Li's royal family's imperial veins are deeply integrated, and the domestication system is activated at full level LV-10. Alien Beast Communication Level 5, Beast Army Command plus 300%, Undead Regeneration Specialization unlocked, Fusion Rate 200%, Beast Army Resistance Emperor Level. The deck of the Hunter cracked violently, a black and purple vortex rose, ozone rose up, the holy fragrance of the Emperor vein hit the nostrils, the double-headed roar of the void-devouring beast, the summoning door exploded with light, and the entire Beast Army came out. B+ Plasma Beast X20 red and blue scale armor roared together for protection. Shadow Fox X3 Grey Mist teleporting sonic boom. Flamewing Bird's A-level diving wing blades collide with metal and deafen the ears. S-level Guardian. Beast's wing blades tear through the air. The newly unlocked Star Tyrannosaurus S plus gold scale starburst pulses with dragon's breath and burns the loneliness of space, and the space star curtain twists into a tide of beasts and black clouds overwhelming the rebel ship. The blueprint holographic pulsates in the dark whirlpool. The Emperor's black shadow roars into the brain, the lonely starlight in space indifferently scatters the debris of the wrecked ship, the void-devouring beast lows in warning. Luo Li's purple eyes locked onto Ye Chen while the team gasped and whispered, Emperor, the senior leaders are already inside, and the mastermind is behind the sea of fire on the home planet. Jiang Chen holds the gun and trembles, Ji Suwan leans on his shoulder with blood, Shen Qingqing's white robe flutters, Ye Chen's beast Emperor's momentum fills the air, the desperate situation turns slightly, and a new storm is gathering momentum. Ji Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrunk, and the shadow foxes teleported to escort her. The blue light of the electric blade rekindled and cut off the Carlos flagship. The hot blade sparks flew away. Her red hair flew and blood spurted and she dived into the enemy's cabin. Her beautiful legs tore open the alloy door with a sonic blast and stained the deck with blood. Behead Carlos. The team has a tacit understanding of the Emperor level. Ji Suwan fought bloody battles without regrets. Locking on Carlos's pale and sarcastic face, the ghost dog head, the Beast King's hunting order, your quantum network is broken. Carlos's blue robe trembled, the laser gun dimmed, and he screamed with wide eyes, impossible. How could the Beast King's team defy the sky? Ah! The electric blade penetrated the neck and the blood mist exploded, and the metal screamed, and his body fell into space, lonely and cold. Ji Suwan, with red hair and blood sticky on the porthole, gasped in admiration with tears in her beautiful eyes. Ye Chen, beheaded. The rebel flagship self-destructs in a chain. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered and her fingers flew to hack into the core crystal of the blueprint. The silver light from her glasses swept across to activate the prototype, and the anti-imperial weapon emerged. The purple-black vortex turret pulsated with the beast core's brilliance, and the ozone holy incense mixed with the metal heat wave hit her nostrils. Blueprint activated. Backlash of the Emperor's signal prototype, the Beast Army's undead cannon plus 500% regeneration, and the quantum shield rebounded. Projecting the chaos of the rebel ship group, the news of the death of the mole Carlos spread, the Alliance fleet turned against them and fired beams at random, the sea of fire rolled and the metal collided with the roar and shattered the eardrums. Her cold face twisted and screamed excitedly, the high-level civil war broke out. The remnants of the sky vault collapsed, and the virus torrent Emperor was paralyzed. She threw herself at Ye Chen, her white robe was stained with sweat, her beautiful eyes were watery and she praised, the Beast King, the Lord of Prophecy, the data is immortal. Ye Chen, the Beast Emperor, burst into a golden and purple whirlpool and stabbed the sky, and the spiritual wave blasted into the mind of the black armor of the terminal giant scorpion. Luo Li's strange beast language resonated and whispered, and the system, full-level group taming LV5 Emperor Vein Fusion, the terminal giant scorpion S++ abandonment success rate. 99.9%. Surrender. The giant scorpion's black armor turned to gold and purple, obeying the tail hook, the vortex, the soul-eating poisonous mist, and counterattacked the rebels. The star Tyrannosaurus Dragon's breath star burst burned 50 quantum shields in liquid form. In the loneliness of space, the beast army's undead regenerated scale armor was reborn, flesh and blood squirmed and the holy incense filled the air. The void devoured the black hole, swallowed the ship, and the rain beam twisted and chilled the edge. The remnants of the rebel ship, the Blue Blade Legion, pounced, but were pierced by the giant scorpion's tail hook, causing fragments to fly and a pungent smell of burning. The military's live broadcast of the hologram flashed, Beast Emperor Ye Chen's civil war is reversed. Carlos was beheaded, the remnants of the Sky Vault were wiped out, and the Alliance Beast Emperor awarded him the title, the Star Territory Hero will be remembered forever. Soldier adoration surges. The projection soldiers widened their eyes and trembled, the Beast King is invincible. Rule the galaxy, the star Tyrannosaurus burns the sky. The flames of the civil war subsided, the Alliance fleet's blue flame array escorted the Beast Hunter, and the metal debris of the mother star Fire Hazel retreated and floated. Luo Li's purple eyes locked on Ye Chen and completely blended in. Her silver hair wrapped around his arm, and she whispered to the alien beast language translator, Beast Emperor. The blood of the royal family will be blended forever, and the Emperor's veins in the void will protect the galaxy, and they will fight together with the Emperor's body. Jiang Chen burst into tears and laughed wildly, holding his gun and kneeling down, Commander, the power of God, I will always follow you with purple lightning. Su Wan leans on her shoulders with blood-stained eyes and worships the hardcore, roaring, Emperor of the universe, the new bond will never be destroyed. Shen Qingqing's white robe embraces her cold water eyes, the Lord of Prophecy, the blueprint prototype is mass-produced, the beast army is immortal and eternal. Ye Chen clenched his fists and roared at the pinnacle of the psychological game, * climax release, status skyrocketed, commanded by the Beast King. The inner ghost is exposed and defeated, the beast army is at full level and defying the sky, but the blueprint pulses, and the Emperor's body signal is approaching 1 hour. * The hologram suddenly flashes and the dark whirlpool is huge, and the Emperor's roar mechanically penetrates the brain and echoes in the star field, and Beast Emperor, the siege of the Milky Way star territory is completed, and the declaration of extinction is issued. I have an army of 10,000 ships, and the black hole ships are raining down to swallow everything. Surrender or die. The lonely star curtain in the space is topped by black clouds, and the shadows of 10,000 Emperor ships are looming. The red light pulses and heat waves are rolling. The new Tempest universe is ready to go, and the beast army is roaring with warning and golden and purple momentum rising to the sky. The engine of the hunter is intermittently spitting out blue flames. The heat wave of the silicon shell distorts the loneliness of space. The Alliance fleet's blue-bladed light beam array is escorting it like ants surrounding the giant beast. The military holographic live broadcast of the soldiers' faces is pale and distorted. They whisper and scream, the Emperor is raining thousands of black hole ships. The Beast Emperor is in command again, the Milky Way star field is blocked, the quantum network is seamless, and the hunter's invisibility is ineffective. The capital of the home star is stable, and the civil war is in progress. The ashes are not yet cold, and the new red alert devours everything. The red light of the Emperor's ship in the projection pulses like blood worms, the edge of the black hole in the void is cold and swallows up the stardust, and the metal fragments clang and crash, the sulfur corrosion is sour and stings the nose and lungs, the soldiers hit the deck with their knees and tremble in despair, it's over. The death of the ghost inside Carlos is even worse, the Emperor himself is here, the beast army S++ can only scratch it, the Federation is dead. Jiang Chen's bullseye bloodshot eyes bulged tightly as he hugged the void purple lightning S++ gun. The black and purple pulsating gun was hot and blistering. He gasped and smashed the porthole, the alloy was dented and the smell of rust and burnt his nostrils. He yelled, "Fuck! The title of Commander of the Beast King is so cool." Thousands of black hole ships rained down the quantum shield Emperor. The S++'s full black hole penetrated a ship like a mosquito bite. The resonance of the gun beast became stronger, and the stern of the hunting beast melted the engine support. "Keep sweeping the ship under the rain." With trembling fingers, he pulled the trigger and fired. The thunder net exploded and swallowed up the debris outside the porthole, but the red light in the distance was reflected in the gun slot and corroded the beast's core. His face was pale and he sat on the deck with tears and sweat and shouted, "Brother, what if the civil war is reversed and the beast army is in full force? The Emperor's signal penetrates the brain and roars, the star field is surrounded and there is no way out, our flesh and blood evaporate into ashes of the galaxy." Suwan's red hair and sticky blood shook off her shoulder injury. The hot blood spattered and corroded the deck. Her beautiful legs trembled and she leapt into the saddle. The shadow fox was invisible in the gray mist. The fox's claws sonically exploded and the hot blade feathered the wind. Chi-Chi fell to the ground and blood dripped from the metal. She screamed. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and stared at the holographic black hole fleet. Ye Chen, the Shadow Fox teleportation escort is all sealed. The Emperor's Sentinel Star Quantum Lock, Blue Blade mixed forces have a tacit understanding of dispersing, and Suwan is ready to be slaughtered without any regrets. Shadow Fox lowered her head and trembled with fear, leaning on the hot wind on Ye Chen's shoulder to whisper in bloody despair, "The Beast King's momentum cannot suppress the rain of thousands of ships, the cosmic red alert is triggered, and the Alliance fleet self-destructs in a chain, we will completely destroy the mother planet." Jiang Chen's eyes widened as he climbed up, holding the gun, trembling and laughing wildly. The black and purple pulsating heat wave of void purple lightning S++ hit his face and burned his skin. He pulled the trigger and fired at full power. The black hole thunder net swept across the rebel ship's shield and collapsed, and the liquid metal splashed and the burnt smell filled the space. Full power S++ is unstoppable. Enemy. The shield pierced through the Imperial dog ship, I swept the star field. The thunder net swallowed up 10 rebel ships. The blue flames exploded intermittently, and the fireball heat wave rolled in. He trembled and held the gun, kneeling and licking Ye Chen's boots. "The Beast King is at full level, brother," the gun beast resonates, the galaxy kneels and licks. Luo Li's silver hair fluttered and her purple eyes trembled and she clenched Ye Chen's hand tightly. The scent of the alien body was mixed with the smell of fear and sweat. She whispered in the beast language translation and buzzed in her mind, "The Beast Emperor." The Emperor's body is surrounded by thousands of ships, and the internal victory is in vain. The source of the royal bloodline matches, and the weakness is interpreted. The core of the beast core is hidden. The heart of the black hole of the outpost star must be destroyed to reverse the situation. But the quantum network is blocked, and if you break in, you will die. With the remaining drops of purple blood on the metal, she projected a deep blueprint on the palm of her finger. The whirlpool black armor of the Emperor's outpost star pulsed, and the red light poisonous mist from the source of the cosmic conspiracy was cold and biting. Ye Chen's eyebrows were filled with golden and purple whirlpools of intense pain, thousands of needles pricking his brain. The level 3 electromagnetic network in the thunder field buzzed and expanded, but the black mist backfired and twisted. Poisonous acid stung his lungs and choked his throat, and the sea of stars in his heart was storming. Damn it. The climax of the Civil War plunges into the abyss, thousands of black hole ships crush them with brute force, and the beast army regenerates undead at full level. Fight against the overlord of the universe alone. No, Luo Li's weak blueprints are gathered together, Shen's prototype is upgraded, Jiang Chen's entire army is lasered, Suwan is mixed, the Emperor's war beast is tamed. The bottom of the valley bounces, and the Beast King's domain shatters the Emperor. He gritted his teeth and bloodshot lips, roaring with mental waves, golden-purple thunder blasting into the team's mind. Luo Li, locate the weakness of the resonance of the Emperor's veins. Shen Qingqing, develop the human-animal fusion armor. Jiang Chen, upgrade the laser guns of the entire Alliance army to S++. Suwan, train the mixed force for a general attack. Assemble the beast army of the Alliance fleet, break into the outpost star, destroy the beast core. System evolution, tame the beasts abandoned by the Emperor, and reverse the universe. The team's despairing eyes suddenly shrank and brightened. Luo Li's purple eyes exploded with purple light, her silver hair flew, the holy incense of the Emperor's veins surged and the poisonous acid surged, the purple blood of the thorn palm was injected into Ye Chen's golden and purple vortex. The system ordered, Luo Li's royal family's imperial veins are fused to the extreme, the domestication system evolves into the Beast King's domain. Group Taming Level 6 Emperor Control plus 500%, Alien Beast Communication Level 6 Void Specialization, Immortal Regeneration Emperor Resistance, Domain Range Star Field Level, Beast Army Fusion Rate 300%. The deck of the hunter cracked violently, the golden and purple fields rose, the holy fragrance of ozone hit the nostrils, the ghostly light of the void summoning door exploded, and the beast army was frenzied. The star Tyrannosaurus S plus golden scale starburst dragon breathed into space, the terminal giant scorpion S plus tail hook soul-eating anti-emperor. The void devourer double-headed black hole devoured the ship, the B plus plasma beast's red and blue scales roared to protect the environment, the Shadow Fox's flame wings tore through the air with a sonic explosion, the Alliance fleet's blue blade beam merged into the beast tide's black cloud and overwhelmed 10,000 ships with red light. The Alliance soldiers' holograms widened their eyes and trembled, and their voices screamed into a frenzy, the realm of the Beast King, the golden-purple thunder net of the star field. The commanding power, 10,000 emperors are nothing. The blue flames of the fleet engines were sprayed out on the Beast Hunter, and the military broadcast live a wave of admiration, the Beast King assembles. The heroes of the Civil War fight the universe again, the Milky Way kneels and licks. Jiang Chen's bull eyes widened and he climbed up, flying with his fingers and embedded the mid-level Beast Core X5 upgrade. Military laser guns, black and purple pulsating heat waves burned the skin and spread into the Alliance's 1,000-ship gun array. The whole army is S++ fog-hidden thunder net. The shield-eating black hole penetrates the Emperor's dog ship. My engineering genius Beast Core resonance is invincible. The soldier held the gun and trembled and tried to fire the thunder net across the void debris. He sneered at the liquid, and the cow's tears laughed wildly and kneeled down to lick Ye Chen's boots. The magical skill of the Beast Emperor, brother, the gun beast will always follow to sweep the star sea. Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrunk and she jumped into the saddle. The Shadow Fox group teleported to command the mixed formation. The Shadow Fox's gray mist sonic blast pierced the air and the hot blade assisted the blue blade soldiers. The blue light of the electric blade rekindled the training and the tacit understanding was revealed, the mixed force is Emperor level. Suwan spearheads the bloody battle, and the beast soldiers join forces to tear apart the quantum network. Soldiers. Her beautiful legs trembled and she followed the fox claws as she slashed through the air. Metal sparks flew in the air, and blood spurted out from her injured shoulder. She locked on the outpost star with a tough roar, the team is immortal, break into the heart of the black hole. The Alliance warriors widened their eyes and gasped in admiration, the captain is fierce, the Beast King has a tacit understanding, invincible in the universe. Shen Qingqing fluttered her white robe and danced wildly with her fingers to hack into the blueprint prototype. The silver light scan of her glasses activated the human-animal fusion armor. The purple-black vortex armor pulsed with the beast core and the radiance of the ozone holy incense mixed with the metal heat wave, mass production of the fusion armor. The beast army's undead regeneration plus 800%, human scale wings. The wing blade quantum rebound. The red and blue scales of the armored soldier were reborn, and the flesh and blood squirmed, and the blue blade beam merged into the dragon's breath starburst. Her cold face was twisted and excited, and she looked at Ye Chen with watery eyes and praised, the Beast King, the Lord of Prophecy, the Data Immortal Armor, the Emperor's weakness is locked. The Preon's silicon-based shell broke invisible and burst into the atmosphere of the outpost star. The planet's black hole swirled and the red vines pulsated and corroded, sour and pungent. The blue-robed commander of the consortium's remnant party stared and screamed, "The sky's remnant party counterattacks." The false news of the death of the mole Carlos, the source of the Emperor's control, is exposed light. The core of the beast core guards thousands of abandoned beasts S++, and the quantum network blocks it. The Beast King squad throws itself into the trap. The remnants of the laser cannon array poured out red light and collided with metal, making a deafening roar. The golden-purple thunder net in the beast army field backfired with the liquid, and the heat wave of the lonely fireball rolled into space. A golden and purple vortex erupted in Ye Chen's Beast King's domain, stabbing the sky, and the spiritual wave blasted into the mind of the Emperor's beast. Luo Li's strange beast language resonated and whispered, and the system, Beast King's domain group taming level 6, Emperor's abandoned beast S++ soul-eating wolf X5, black hole scorpion group X10, success rate 100%. Surrender. The abandoned beast's black armor turned into gold and purple and obeyed the soul-eating beast to bite back the remnants. The star Tyrannosaurus dragon's breath exploded and burned 50 escorts in a molten rain. The final giant scorpion's tail hook penetrated the consortium's flagship and the fragments flew away with a pungent smell. The void-swallowing beast's black hole devoured the edge of the quantum network and twisted it with coldness. Jiang Chen's S++ thunder net swept through thousands of spears and devoured the shield and collapsed. Ji Suwan's Shadow Fox hybrid electric blade beheaded the remnant commander. The blood mist exploded and the metal screamed. His blue robe trembled, his eyes widened and he screamed in regret, "Impossible." The source of the Emperor's conspiracy. The Sky Consortium controls the universe. The Beast Core monopoly is fully exposed. The Beast King's domain is against the sky, the source of the Beast Core is exposed, we are all destroyed. The body fell into the scorched earth of the planet, and the military broadcast a live broadcast of the soldiers' admiration, the remnants of the consortium are defeated. The Beast King reveals the conspiracy, and the Emperor's weakness counts down. The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread and fluttered, her cold face was pale and absent-minded. The silver light of her data glasses flashed wildly as she scanned the Emperor's blueprint. The decoder beeped and wailed, and the projected black shadow roared loudly, "Confirmed." The Emperor's black hole shield S++ is 10,000 ships, and the soul-eating virus Emperor's body is fused to restrain the beast army's control. The antivirus prototype has failed at the edge, and the high-level firewall is universe-level. The weakness of the blueprint requires core crystals to be destroyed, and the upload failure rate is 99.99%. Jiang Chen's eyes were full of tears and he knelt down and licked the gun. The Beast King is powerful in the field, the gun is upgraded and the whole army will always follow. Ji Suwan leans on her shoulders with her blood-stained eyes and worships the hardcore and roars, "Hybrid Emperor, the new bond will never be destroyed." Shen Qingqing's white robe hugged her cold water eyes, "The Lord of Prophecy, the armored mass-produced beast army will live forever." Ye Chen clenched his fists and reached the peak of his psychology, *release, the remnants of the consortium were completely defeated and destroyed by their weak points, and the status of the Beast King of the universe skyrocketed. But the hologram suddenly flashed into a huge whirlpool of darkness, and the space of the Emperor's powerful fleet was torn apart and arrived in a rolling red wave of heat. The roar of the Emperor's machine echoed in the brain, and, so what if its core is broken? I am here in person to summon the cosmic Beast King, and the black hole swallows the star and annihilates it. The star curtain tore apart the Beast King's black shadow and roared, the space was lonely and trembled, and a new crisis gathered momentum, and the beast army roared in gold and purple and soared into the sky to fight. The atmosphere of the sentinel star is churning in a sea of fire, the silicon-based lava is squirming and bubbling like blood, the stern hull of the hunter is dripping with liquid and twisted, the red light heat wave is rolling against the face in the loneliness of space, and the corrosive smell of sulfur mixed with the stench of burnt metal penetrates into the heart. The space rift of the Emperor's imperial fleet expanded, and thousands of red mist pulsed. The edge of the black hole swallowed up stardust and debris clanked and screamed. The black shadow of the cosmic monster king stood like a galaxy devourer. The black vortex of the carapace pulsed and roared, infiltrating the brain and shaking the soul. Ant beast, the army, the core is broken. Soul eating is eternal, and the black hole swallows the stars. The giant beast king wields his claws and tears through the void, and the blue blade shields of thousands of black hole ships open up the quantum network to block it seamlessly, and the edge of the golden and purple field of the beast army sneers back and twists the arc and blasts the pungent ozone. The Alliance soldiers were wearing human-animal fusion armor, their scales and wings were trembling, their red and blue scales were squirming, their blood was boiling, but their knees hit the deck, their faces were pale, and they were whispering and screaming, "The Emperor himself is coming." The Beast King S+++ waved his black hole claw, and the Beast King's domain couldn't withstand it. What if the core of the outpost Star Beast is shattered? The main ship's rain quantum lock, the Hunter's engine's intermittent blue flames can't hold on, our flesh and blood will evaporate into ashes of the galaxy. Holographic live broadcast. The military soldiers' eyes widened with bloodshot eyes, and they held their heads and trembled. The Beast King leads the civil war with divine power, the cosmic Beast King destroys the star field with one claw, and the Federation is dead. The red alert devours the capital of the mother planet and stabilizes it. In the projection, the black mist claws of the Beast King sweep away, the star Tyrannosaurus S plus gold scale starburst dragon breath attacks, but the molten scales peel off and the smell of burning is tangy, and the final giant scorpion S plus tail hook soul-eating rebounds from the black hole and twists the whirlpool. Jiang Chen's eyes were bloodshot and he hugged tightly. The body of the void purple lightning S plus gun was pulsating with black and purple pulses and was hot and blistering. He gasped and smashed the portholes, the alloy was dented and the smell of rust choked his throat. He yelled, "Fuck! The Beast King star field level is stronger. The Emperor's Monster King's black hole claw quantum shield S+++. I'm full of lightning nets that can eat up a ship like a mosquito bite. The entire army's S++ upgrade is embedded with the mid-level beast core." He couldn't withstand the ship rain sweep. His fingers trembled and he pulled the trigger to test-fire the Kirigakure mine net, which exploded and swallowed up debris. However, the red light backfired and corroded the beast's core. He sat on the deck with a pale face, tears and sweat, and shouted, "Brother, how cool is it that the remnants of the consortium are defeated? The Emperor's body summons the King Beast, and the undead regeneration of the beast army can only be delayed, and our gun beast resonance is wiped out." Suwan's red hair shook away the sticky blood on her shoulder. The hot blood spattered and corroded the deck. Her beautiful legs trembled and leapt into the saddle. The shadow fox was invisible in the grey mist. The fox's claws sonically exploded and the hot blades were feathered. The wind shishi fell to the ground and blood dripped from the metal. She screamed. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and she stared at the black shadow of the Beast King. Ye Chen, the Shadow Fox teleportation escort is sealed. The Emperor's vanguard is sealed. Quantum lock, the mixed forces have a tacit understanding, and Suwan is ready to be slaughtered without any regrets. Shadow Fox lay low with red eyes and trembled in fear. She relied on Ye Chen's shoulder to carry the bloody and desperate whisper, "The Beast King's momentum cannot suppress the giant Beast King's claw shadow, the cosmic red alarm is triggered, the Alliance self-destructs in a chain, we will all annihilate the galaxy." The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread and fluttered, his cold face was pale and absent-minded. The silver light of his data glasses flashed wildly as he scanned the Behemoth King's blueprint. The decoder beeped and wailed, and the projected black shadow roared loudly, "Confirmed. The Behemoth King S+++ Black Hole Carapace Emperor Fusion, the soul-eating virus upgraded to restrain the beast army's dominance. The counter-prototype has failed at the edge, and the high-level firewall is at the cosmic level. Weaknesses require interpretation of internal cracks, and the upload failure rate is 99.99%. Her voice was sharp and trembling, her fingers were shaking like chaff when she touched her glasses, and the projection was distorted and the black mist was eroding. Her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen with tears streaming down her face, and she knelt on the deck and screamed, "Ye Chen, the Luo Li resonance in the Beast King's domain cannot withstand the King's claws." The hero of the military live broadcast is turned into cannon fodder, and all the data is leaked to the star domain. Shen Qingqing's armored soldier's wing blade ripped through the air and pierced the heart of the black hole. The blueprint projection beast's core pulse was exposed, and her fingers were flying. The torrent of virus paralyzed the guard, core locked. Human-animal fusion immortal cannon plus 1000% rebound. The core burst into purple-black vortex and backfired. The Emperor's signal roared and whined, and the planet was huge. The air layer was in flames, and the metal impact shattered the eardrums. The Alliance soldiers stared, trembled, and roared, "The Beast King is invincible. The core is broken, the Emperor's soul devouring is invalid, and the galaxy is reborn." Luo Li's purple eyes were locked and fully integrated into the silver-haired Ye Chen alien body. Ye Chen's eyebrows were filled with golden and purple whirlpools of intense pain, thousands of needles pricking his brain. The level 3 electromagnetic network in the thunder field buzzed and expanded, but the black mist backfired and twisted, poisonous acid stung his lungs and choked his throat, and the sea of stars in his heart was storming, damn it. The aftermath of the shattered core is still lingering, the Emperor's power presses into the abyss, the Beast King S+++ crushes it with brute force, and the Beast Army regenerates undead at full level. Fight against the Overlord of the Universe alone. No, Luo Li's crack blueprint gathered together, Shen merged the position, Jiang Chen's entire army was at full strength, Suwan's elite broke in, and domesticated the king beast. The bottom of the valley bounced, and the Beast King's domain shattered the Emperor. He gritted his teeth fiercely, his bloodshot lips oozing, and roared with mental waves of gold and purple thunder blasting into the team's mind, "Luo Li, locate the crack in the communication between the Emperor's veins. Shen Qingqing, deploy the fusion weapon position to counterattack the beast control. Jiang Chen, full-power laser bombardment shield. Suwan, lead the elite to break into the enemy camp." The beast army assembles, goes deep into the mothership to tame the bodyguards, and reverse the situation of the war. The team's despairing eyes suddenly shrank and brightened, Luo Li's purple eyes exploded with purple light, her silver hair flew, the holy incense of the Emperor's veins surged and the poisonous acid surged, the purple blood of the thorn palm was injected into Ye Chen's golden and purple vortex, the system ordered, Luo Li's royal family's imperial veins communicate to the extreme, the Beast King's domain evolves into Void Crack Taming. Group Taming Level 7 King Beast Specialization plus 700%, Internal Void Control of Alien Beasts, Undead Regeneration King Level Resistance, Domain Range Galaxy Level, Beast Army Fusion Rate 400%. The deck of the Hunter cracked violently, the golden and purple fields rose, the holy fragrance of ozone hit the nostrils, the void summoning door exploded with a ghostly light, and the Beast Army was frenzied. Upgrades, Emperor's Abandoned Beast S++ Soul-Eating Wolf Chin Tyrannosaurus S+ Golden Scale Starburst Dragon Breath burns the ship, the double-headed Void Devourer Black Hole swallows the edge of the King's Claw, the Shadow Fox's Flame Wing Sonic Explosion tears the escort, the B+ Plasma Beast's red and blue scales roar together in the ring formation. The Alliance's blue blade beam merges into the beast-tide black cloud to overwhelm the giant Beast King's red light. The soldiers in the holographic live broadcast of the military department widened their eyes and trembled, and their voices turned to screams and became fanatical, Void Rift in the Beast King's domain. Galaxy Golden Purple Thunder Network. Command the power, the Beast King S++ is nothing, the aftermath of the outpost reverses the universe. The fleet engine's blue flames erupted in the Beast Hunter, and worship surged, the Beast King assembles. After the consortium's conspiracy is exposed, they will fight the main body again, and the Milky Way's fame will skyrocket. Jiang Chen's bull eyes widened, he climbed up and danced with his fingers to embed the remaining mid-level beast core. X3 full-power laser gun for the whole army. Black and purple pulsating heat waves burn the skin and spread to 1,000 ships. The shield collapses, the whole army is S++ and the fog-hidden thunder net is at its limit. The black hole penetrates the Emperor dog ship, and the beast nuclear resonance of my engineering genius is invincible and full of power. The soldier held the gun and trembled and tried to fire the thunder net across the behemoth king's claws. Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrank, and the group of jumping saddle shadow foxes teleported into the enemy camp with elites. The shadow fox's gray mist sonic blast pierced the air and the hot blade assisted the blue blade soldiers. The blue light of the electric blade rekindled and the tacit understanding exploded and tore open the edge of the quantum network, elite emperor level. Suwan pioneered the bloody battle, and the beast soldiers joined forces to pierce the mothership. Beautiful legs of the soldiers. Trembling, she followed the fox claws and slashed through the air. Metal sparks flew out, and blood spurted from her shoulder injury. She locked the red vines of the Imperial mothership with a low roar, "The team is immortal, break into many traps." The Alliance warriors widened their eyes and gasped in admiration, "The captain is fierce." The Beast King has a tacit understanding, and his status has skyrocketed as the galaxy god of war. Shen Qingqing fluttered her white robe and danced wildly with her fingers to deploy the fusion weapon position. The silver light scan of her glasses activated the purple-black vortex turret, pulsing beast core, radiant ozone and holy incense, mixed metal heat wave, fusion position mass production. Beast Army Undead Cannon plus 1200% backlash against the Emperor's Beast Control, Human Scale Wing Blade Quantum Reaction Bullet the King's Claw. The red and blue scales of the soldiers on the battlefield were reborn and their flesh and blood squirmed. The blue blade beam merged into the dragon's breath starburst and counterattacked the black mist of the Beast King. Her cold face was twisted and excited, and she looked at Ye Chen with watery eyes and praised, "The Beast King, the Lord of Prophecy, the eternal counter-control of the data camp, the Emperor's internal weakness is exposed." The prey beast's silicon-based shell tore invisible and burst into the atmospheric sea of fire outside the Emperor's mothership. The mothership's black hole swirled with red awns and vines pulsating and corroding, sour and choking. Multiple traps and quantum nets exploded and red mist stingers hit the deck with a deafening sound. The Emperor's personal guard beast S+++ black armored guards roared and waved their soul-eating claw shadows. Ye Chen's Beast King domain is fully open with golden and purple whirlpools piercing the sky. Luo Li's strange beast language resonates and whispers in the void in his mind. The system, Beast King domain group taming level 7, Emperor's Guard Beast S+++ Black Hole Guard X8, Soul-Eating King Scorpion X5 success rate 100%. Surrender. The bodyguard beast's black armor turned to gold and purple, obeying the soul-eating beast and counterattacking the interior of the mothership. The star Tyrannosaurus dragon's breath exploded and burned the trap with 50 shishi molten rains. The terminal giant scorpion's tail hook penetrated the remnants of the bodyguard's remnants and splashed with a burning smell that was pungent. The void-swallowing beast's black hole devoured the core of the quantum network, which was cold and twisted. Jiang Chen's S++ full-power thunder net swept across the mothership's shield and collapsed into liquid red light. Su Weiniang's Fox Elite electric blade decapitated the bodyguard beast's head, blood mist exploded and metal screamed. Shen Qingqing's wing blade tore through the air and swallowed up the torrent of beast control. The golden and purple domain of the beast army partially reversed the situation of the battle. The cracks on the edge of the black shadow claw of the behemoth king expanded and turned into a low roar. Luo Li's purple eyes communicated with the internal cracks in the behemoth king and buzzed, the king-beast void. The domestication part was successful. The system dinged, domesticate the cosmic-level behemoth king partial molecule S+++ X3, the opportunity to upgrade the beast core is unlocked. The beast king's domain is fused with the king's core, and the laser gun is fully charged with ultimate energy. The red and black vortex of the beast core in Ye Chen's palm pulsates, hot and bone-piercing, and is injected into the void with purple electricity S++. The black, Purple and golden light of the gun body flashes and pulses infinitely, and the holy incense of ozone mixes with the black hole and hits the nostrils coldly. The situation in the battle was almost reversed, and the military broadcast live broadcast of the soldiers worshipping and shouting, "The Beast Emperor has domesticated the Royal Guard beast. All the traps of the Emperor's mothership have been broken, and he has become the world's overlord. The Beast Army's immortal fusion rate is 400%. Jiang Chen shed tears and knelt down with his gun in hand. The power of the Beast Emperor, the full power laser is ready for the ultimate sweep. Ji Suwan was stained with blood. The tough guy with beautiful eyes leaning on his shoulder roared, "The elite is immortal, the new bonded king beast surrenders." Shen Qingqing's white robe hugged her cold water eyes, "The Lord of Prophecy, the battlefield's counterattack beast core is upgraded, the data is eternal." Luo Li's silver hair wrapped around the alien body fragrance Ye Chen, the Emperor's veins protect, the king beast's cracks expand, and the aftermath of the body's destruction together. The aftermath of the outpost star's sea of fire is gradually slowing down, the beast army's golden and purple domain galaxies are expanding to suppress the ship rain edge, the Alliance fleet's blue blade escorts the tacit Emperor, the soldier's scaly wings are trembling to pick up the residual mid-level mineral vein fragments. Ye Chen clenched his fist and reached the peak of his heart, exciting. The core part of the bodyguard is used to tame the king beast, the laser is fully charged, and the world changes because of me. But the dark vortex in the center of the star curtain expands hugely, the Emperor's mechanical body appears, and the red eyes are locked coldly, and the black hole of destruction condenses in the palm of the hand, and the heat wave of swallowing stars is rolling. The Emperor's low roar echoed in his mind, "The Beast King, what if he tamed my bodyguard?" The black hole of destruction is released, and the galaxy is extinct. The stardust on the edge of the black hole swallows ding-dong, the silicon shell of the hunter is shaking and gathering momentum for a new crisis. Ye Chen's void purple lightning S++ ultimate energy buzzes in gold and purple, and the decisive battle is about to begin. The silicon-based shell of the prey beast twisted violently and dripped, the blue flames of the engine spewed out intermittently like a dying breath, the Emperor's mechanical body stood in the center of the star screen, the red eyes were as cold as the abyss of the universe locked on Ye Chen, the black hole's palm vortex pulsated and swallowed up stardust and debris, and the destructive heat wave rolled in the face, mixed with the corrosive stench of mechanical oil, which penetrated into the heart. The atmosphere of the outpost star is churning in a sea of fire, the silicon-based lava blood is squirming and bubbling, the Emperor's warship is raining quantum locks and the red mist vines are expanding thousands of ways, the Beast King's black shadow claws are swinging to tear the void, arcs are exploding, and the ozone is pungent. Alliance soldiers squirmed with scaly wings and fused armor in red and blue. Their blood was boiling but their knees hit the deck. Their faces turned pale. Bull's eyes were bloodshot. They held their heads and trembled. They screamed, "The Emperor himself is releasing the black hole of destruction. The Beast King's domain is galaxy level and he will swallow the galaxy with one palm. The outpost star will be ashes. Our flesh and blood will evaporate and the Federation will perish." The soldiers of the holographic live broadcast were in tears, sweating and hugging the projection. They hugged the projection and shouted in despair, "The Beast King commanded the divine power to reverse the bodyguards. So what?" S+++ condensed in the palm of the black hole, the capital of the cosmic red alert home star collapsed, and the famous legend turned into cannon fodder. The projection distorted the black mist and eroded the red light heat wave, the star Tyrannosaurus S+ golden scale starburst dragon breath attacked, the melting scales peeled off and the burning smell hit the nostrils, the final giant scorpion S++ tail hook soul-eating rebounded, the whirlpool twisted and wailed, and the Emperor's personal guard beast S++ peeled off the golden and purple surrender edge and blackened the interior of the anti-eating beast army. Jiang Chen's eyes were bloodshot and he hugged the void purple lightning S++ gun tightly. The black-purple gold light pulsated and was hot and blistered. He gasped and smashed the porthole, the alloy was dented and the smell of rust choked his throat. He roared and choked, "Fuck. So what if the ultimate full charge is possible? The Emperor's black hole palm quantum shield S++++. Laozi's mist-hidden thunder network bites the ship like a mosquito bite, and the entire army's S++ is embedded in it. The remnants of the beast's core also collapsed and evaporated. With trembling fingers, he pulled the trigger and tried to fire the mine net, which exploded and swallowed up debris. However, the red light backfired and corroded the gun groove, making the beast's core dim and shattering. His face was ashen and he sat on the deck with tears and sweat and shouted, "Brother, the immortal regeneration of the Beast King's domain can only be delayed. The mechanical body of the Emperor will be destroyed and released, and our gun beasts will fly into the galaxy." Suwan's red hair and sticky blood shook off her shoulder injury. The hot blood spattered and corroded the deck. Her beautiful legs trembled as she leapt into the saddle. The shadow fox was invisible in the grey mist and tried to escort her. The fox's claws sonically exploded and the hot blade feathered the wind. Chi-Chi fell to the ground and blood dripped from the metal. She screamed. Her beautiful eyes were bloodshot and she stared at the Emperor's red eyes. Ye Chen, the shadow fox teleports completely. The seal is invalid. The Emperor's black hole locks the elite scattered sand, and Suwan is ready to be slaughtered without regrets. Shadow Fox lay low with red eyes, trembling with fear, and she leaned on Ye Chen's shoulder with the hot wind and screamed in bloody despair, "The Beast Emperor's momentum cannot suppress the palm of destruction, the quantum ship rain devours the Beast army, and the Alliance will self-destruct in a chain." The blood spots on Shen Qingqing's white robe spread and fluttered, her cold face was pale and absent-minded. The silver light of her data glasses flashed wildly as she scanned the Emperor's blueprint. The decoder beeped and screamed, and the projected mechanical body roared loudly, "Confirmed." The Emperor's S++++ mechanical fusion black hole core, the soul-eating virus limits the realm of the Beast King. The countermeasure prototype collapsed, and the high-level firewall cosmic level. The red crack inside the weakness matches Luo Li's bloodline, and the upload fails 100%. Her voice was sharp and trembling, her fingers shook like chaff and her glasses shattered when she touched them. Her beautiful eyes stared at Ye Chen with tears streaming down her face, and she knelt down on the deck and hugged her legs, crying, "Ye Chen, the taming of the void rift cannot withstand the black hole palm, the military headquarters broadcasts the ashes of the heroes, and the data is completely destroyed in the star field." Luo Li's silver hair fluttered and her purple eyes trembled and she clenched Ye Chen's hand tightly. The scent of the alien body was mixed with the smell of fear and sweat. She whispered in the beast language translation and buzzed in her mind, "The Beast King." The internal cracks in the Emperor's body, the Beast King, match the royal bloodline, and the soul-eating source is shattered. Weakening, communication gap, domestication opportunity. But the black hole claw is blocked, and if you break in, you will die. The purple blood dripped from the metal, and she projected a deep blueprint on the palm of her finger. The vortex of the Monster King's black armor pulsed with red cracks and poisonous mist inside. The golden and purple whirlpool between Ye Chen's brows was in intense pain, and thousands of needles pricked his brain as if it was broken into pieces. The electromagnetic network of level 3 in the thunder field hummed and expanded, but the black hole backfired and twisted and collapsed. The heat wave of destruction stung his lungs with acid and rot and choked his throat. He was in despair at the bottom of the starry sea storm in his heart, damn it. The Emperor himself destroys the black hole and crushes everything. The Beast army is on the verge of collapse due to undead regeneration, the bodyguards counterattack and implode. Is the ultimate full power useless? No, Luo Li's royal family's imperial veins are fused and injected. Shen's position has the ultimate backlash, Jiang Chen's entire army's laser resonance, Suwan's elite escort, the tamed Emperor's Mount Chaos ancient dragon, the abyss bounces, and the Beast King's domain shatters the overlord of the universe. He gritted his teeth fiercely, his bloodshot lips bursting, and roared as his spirit waves, golden purple thunder, blasted into the team's mind like thunder. Luo Li, the imperial bloodline merges with the cracks in my body. Shen Qingqing, the position is fully open to the limit of the beast core of the purple-black vortex turret. Jiang Chen, the whole army of the Hidden Mist Thunder Network can penetrate the shield. Suwan, the elite Shadow Fox breaks into the Mount's gap. The beast army presses forward, tame the ancient Chaos Dragon to counter-control the Legion, and penetrate the Emperor's core. The team's despairing eyes suddenly shrank and brightened like a starburst. Luo Li's purple eyes exploded with purple light, her silver hair flew, the holy incense of the Emperor's veins surged and crushed the heat wave of destruction, the purple blood from her stinging palm spurted into Ye Chen's golden and purple vortex, and the system rang, the ultimate fusion of the imperial veins of Luo Li's royal family. The Beast King's domain evolved into Chaos Ancient Dragon Taming. Group Taming Level 8 Universe Overlord Specialization plus 1000%, Emperor's Mount Void Command, Undead Regeneration S++++ Resistance, Domain Range Galaxy Level, Beast Army Fusion Rate 800%. The laser gun Void Purple Lightning is fully unlocked and can penetrate the core of a black hole. The deck of the Hunter cracked, the golden and purple fields rose, the holy incense of the Emperor's body was fragrant, suppressing corrosion, the void summoning door exploded with light, the beast army was at its peak, the ancient Chaos Dragon S++++'s huge black gold scales tore apart the Emperor's mount saddle and appeared. The dragon's breath chaotic vortex devoured the edge of the black hole's palm and roared to shake the soul, the Emperor's abandoned beast S++ soul-eating wolves, the golden and purple wolves devoured the master, and the terminal giant scorpion S++'s tail hook penetrated through the quantum network, the star Tyrannosaurus S+ starburst burning ship rain molten rain, the two-headed void devouring beast's black hole counterattacks the core of the king's claw, the shadow fox's flame-winged sonic blast tears the air and escorts the emperor. The B+ plasma beast's red and blue scales roar together in the ring formation, the universe-level behemoth prince body S+++X3. Golden purple submissive dragon breath assist, the bodyguard black hole guard X8 soul-eating king scorpion. The soldiers of the military holographic live broadcast widened their eyes, trembled and screamed, then knelt down and licked the projection in a frenzy. The ancient dragon of chaos in the realm of the Beast King has been tamed. The power of the galaxy golden purple thunder network, the Emperor S++++ is nothing, the overlord of the universe is reversed. Fleet engine blue flame the blue blade escort of the beast hunters formed in full formation, and the admiration surged with tears and roared, commander of the Beast King. After the conspiracy of the consortium was shattered, the mount was tamed, and the Milky Way knelt down to lick the eternal legend. Jiang Chen's eyes widened and he climbed up, flying with his fingers, and embedded the remaining mid-level mineral vein fragments X5 full the laser gun that can fire the whole army. The black-purple gold light pulsates, the heat wave burns the skin, spreads out to thousands of gun arrays, the fog-hidden thunder net devours the shield and collapses the liquid state. The whole army S++ is the ultimate fog-hidden thunder net limit. The black hole penetrates the mechanical core of the Emperor, and the resonance of the beast core of my engineering genius is invincible. Can gather momentum. The soldier trembled with his gun and tried to fire the thunder net across the Emperor's red light. The debris evaporated, and the cow's tears burst into laughter and he knelt down to lick the golden and purple whirlpool of the projected Ye Chen. Brother, the spear beast will always follow you, and the fame and status of the Beast Emperor dynasty in the universe. Suwan's beautiful eyes suddenly shrank. The group of shadow foxes leaping over the saddle teleported and led the elites to rush into the gap between the Emperor's mount. The shadow fox's gray mist sonic blast pierced the air. The hot blade assisted the blue blade soldier to decapitate the remnants of the bodyguard with an electric blade. The heads of the remaining members of the bodyguard exploded with blood mist and the metal screamed, Elite Emperor level. Suwan's vanguard fights the Shadow Fox escort in a bloody battle and stabs directly into the saddle of the ancient dragon of chaos. The soldier's beautiful legs trembled and followed the fox claws. Metal sparks flew across the air, and blood spurted from her shoulder injury. She locked the Emperor's mechanical body with red vines in a low roar, locking the red vines. The team is immortal, and the tacit understanding of breaking into many black holes and traps is explosive. The Alliance warriors widened their eyes and gasped in admiration, with tears in their eyes, Captain is fierce. The Beast King's new bond, the Chaos Ancient Dragon, has surrendered, and his status has skyrocketed, and the galaxy god of war will live forever. Shen Qingqing's white robe fluttered and her fingers danced wildly to deploy the fusion weapons. The fusion weapon position was fully opened. The silver light scan of her glasses activated the purple and black vortex turret. The pulsating beast core was radiant. The ozone holy incense mixed with the metal heat wave expanded the galaxy, fusion position mass production. The beast army's undead cannon plus 2000% regeneration backfires. The Emperor's beast control, the human scale wing blade quantum rebound black hole palm. The red and blue scale armor of the soldiers on the battlefield was reborn, the flesh and blood squirmed, and the blue blade beam merged into the chaotic vortex of the dragon's breath and counterattacked the Emperor's red light. Her cold face was twisted and excited, and Ye Chen's watery eyes were filled with tears of admiration. The Beast Emperor, the Lord of Prophecy, the eternal counter-control of the Emperor's core in the data position, the weak red crack is fully exposed and fused. The silicon-based shell of the hunting beast tore invisible and burst into the void of fire around the Emperor's mechanical body. The mothership's black hole swirled and the red on-vines pulsed, corroded, sour and choking, and collapsed. The heavy quantum net exploded and the red mist stings clanged against the deck with a deafening sound. The remnant of the Emperor's bodyguard S+++ black armor roared and the soul-eating claw shadow collapsed. Ye Chen's Beast Emperor's domain is fully activated, with the golden and purple whirlpool stabbing the sky and the chaos ancient dragon's breath assisting. Luo Li's strange beast language resonates and whispers in the void in his mind, and the imperial veins merge and buzz. The system, Beast Emperor's domain group taming level 8. The Emperor's Mount Chaos Ancient Dragon S+++ has a 100% success rate of surrender. The Emperor's army counter-controlled and self-destructed to unlock the ultimate upgrade of the Beast Core. The black gold scale armor of the ancient Chaos Dragon pulsates and obeys the dragon claws to tear into the liquid red light of the Emperor's mechanical arm. The star Tyrannosaurus explodes and burns the trap. Hundreds of molten rain evaporate. The final giant scorpion tail hook penetrates the core of the black hole and fragments fly with a pungent smell. The void devourer swallows the quantum network with a cold twisting explosion. The giant beast prince body S+++ golden purple dragon breath burns the Emperor's vines. Jiang Chen's S++ ultimate full power thunder net swept across the Emperor's shield. The red light evaporated and the heat wave broke out. Su Wanying Fox's sharp electric blade decapitated the mechanical vines. Blood mist and metal screamed everywhere. Shen Qingqing's wing blade tore through the air and counterattacked the beast control torrent. The galaxy expanded. The golden and purple realm of the beast army reversed. The Emperor's the slits in his glazed pupils expanded and he roared, then screamed sharply, "Ants, tame my ancient dragon." Luo Li's purple eyes communicated with the Emperor's internal red cracks and buzzed, "I have a void," the domesticated army self-destructed. The system dinged, anti-control Emperor Army S+++ the entire army self-destructed, and the core of the Beast Core was exposed. The laser gun's chaotic energy is fully charged and penetrates. The black-red-gold vortex of the Beast Core in Ye Chen's palm pulsates, hot and bone-piercing, and is injected into the void purple electricity S++ ultimate. The black-purple gold light of the gun body flashes infinitely, and the ozone holy incense mixed with the chaotic dragon's breath hits the nostrils to suppress destruction. The Emperor's army's golden and purple self-destruction chain red light ships rain quantum network collapsed and exploded to the sky. The debris clanked and hit the scales of the beast army. Sparks flew everywhere. The ancient dragon's breath and the chaotic vortex ate directly into the Emperor's mechanical core. The red crack expanded into a liquid state. Ye Chen's void purple lightning S++ was fully charged and buzzed with gold and purple soaring into the sky. The black hole at the muzzle and the thunder net pulsated and aimed at the Emperor's red eyes. Beast Emperor, penetrate. A strike of Kirigakure's chaos penetrated the core of the black hole palm. The red and black vortex exploded with heat waves and evaporated the mechanical body fragments. The burning and pungent smell echoed in the air. The Emperor's screams echoed in the void, no. The galaxy is destroyed. The core beast core shattered and the golden and purple holy light exploded. The whole conspiracy was projected. The military headquarters, the consortium's plan to control the star beasts to rule the universe collapsed and was exposed. The aftermath of the sea of fire on the battlefield gradually slowed down. The golden and purple realm of the beast army expanded across the galaxy to suppress the remnants of the enemy. The Alliance fleet's blue blade escorted the peak of the tacit Emperor level. The soldiers' scaly wings trembled to pick up high-level beast core fragments. The military broadcast live broadcast of soldiers worshipping and kneeling down. The beast Emperor penetrates the Emperor's true form. The tamed army of the ancient dragon of chaos explodes, and the status and reputation of the cosmic dynasty, the integration of the beast army is 800% eternal. Jiang Chen's tears filled his eyes with a gun, kneeling and licking the soles of Ye Chen's boots. The power of the beast Emperor, the ultimate laser strike of full power sweeps the universe. Brothers, guns and beasts resonate as the cornerstone of the dynasty. Suwan's blood-stained beautiful eyes worshipped the hardcore and roared, fuck. Shoulder hug, the elites are immortal, the new bonded ancient dragon surrenders, and the Emperor of the universe will follow the bloody battle forever. Shen Qingqing's white robe hugged her with cold eyes and tears. The Lord of Prophecy, the integration of technological innovation, eternal life, data opens a new era of humans and beasts. Luo Li's silver hair entwined with the alien body fragrance. Ye Chen's purple eyes are affectionate, the royal lineage is revealed. The bloodline of the ancient beast protects the beast Emperor, and we build a dynasty together for everlasting harmony. Ye Chen clenched his fists and felt the peak of achievement in his heart, which was so exciting. Starting from a weak chicken to tame beasts, he tamed the S++++ ancient chaos dragon to penetrate the Emperor. The beast army swept across the galaxy, and the world was reborn because of me. The Luo Li royal family integrates human and beast technology, and the Laser Beast Core Innovation Alliance opens a new interstellar era. Mary Luo Li established the Eternal Beast King dynasty, and the legend will continue. The sea of fire on the outpost calmed down. The golden and purple realm of the beast army stayed forever in the loneliness of space. The holographic worship of the capital of the mother star surged and the galaxy knelt down. Ye Chen led the ancient dragon of chaos to sit on the saddle. The team stood side by side with the blue flame of the beast hunting engine. Luo Li's silver hair snuggled up and kissed her deeply. The sacred fragrance of the Emperor's vein lingered. Jiang Chen and Suwan smiled in tacit understanding. The beast Emperor dynasty stood in the universe, and the new chapter of the eternal legend came to an end. Luo Li's silver hair fluttered and her violet eyes trembled and she clenched Ye Chen's hand. The alien body fragrance mixed with the smell of fear and sweat turned to despair, and she whispered in the beast language translation. Her mind was intermittent. The beast Emperor. The cracks in the Emperor's mechanical core matched the royal family. The soul-eating source is limited but the void is blocked. The domestication opportunity, die. The remaining drops of purple blood sneered, and the deep blueprint projected on the palm of her finger was distorted. The Emperor's red eyes pulsated, and the poisonous mist was cold and bone-chilling.